Following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
It's got to get better, right? It's got to be better than 2019, right? It can't get any worse than that, can it?
Oh, don't challenge
What
it.
the fuck you doing, dude?
Don't challenge the universe.
But you never know. Come in.
I'm knocking on wood.
Knock on your head. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's 2020, so we're starting fresh, starting anew. The December Cram Jam is behind us, and the single jam is in front of us. How's that for a play on words, huh? Not too bad, right?
That's awful.
Yeah, I know. Not a good way to start off 2020. The premonitions are bad. I feel it now. It's going to be a rotten year. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 388 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein and also at the Lair of Lost Swag within the Raven Chateau. We are back to discussing at least one film a week. We argue, we make fun of each other, and we'll be ringing in the new year, 2020. Right, Raven Chateau? You get 2020 vision?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm more like, 5 and...
No, I don't know. Tell me.
I'm fucking
You
blind, dude.
five and diamond it?
five and diamond it. Yeah.
Which is why you wear shaded sunglasses.
Their prescription.
Yeah, you still can't see anything with them.
You don't. Yeah, I mean,
They're
they're
really-
still sunglasses.
But they're really fucking dark, though. I had them.
Why do you wear those at home?
Who are you, Corey Hart? Come on.
Yeah, no, I like to be in my own, world.
My own,
Yeah, well, y'all
world.
believe we know that.
Yeah, no, I wear them in the bath. I wear them in the shower. I like my son.
What? Can you
Where is sunglasses?
Can you see without those? Like, can you even function?
Without my glasses? No,
Yeah.
I can see. Like, I mean, I can do certain things. But no, I mean, they're prescription for a reason. I mean, they're bad.
I mean, do you have prescription glasses that are not sunglasses, or is this the only pair you have?
Johnny, I mean, like you saw me, you were in here when you came in, I was wearing my sunglasses. I was wearing my regular ones.
To be perfectly honest with you, I really wasn't paying attention.
Thank you.
I don't come to your place and look at your eyes. You know?
Fucking liar. Fire. I have very dark blue eyes. No, I don't have dark blue eyes. I have dark brown eyes.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Do you even know what color your eyes are?
Yeah.
What color are they?
Brown.
Let me see. Take them off. Let's see. No. None of that crap.
What? No, because it's going to be a whole ordeal to put those back on because the headphones have to come off.
Yeah, you're right.
We have to adjust
You're
the
right.
hair.
It's not worth it.
No, I
You're
got
right.
very nice sunken in bloodshot sad eyes. Nice.
Sucking in bloodshot, sad eyes.
Yeah.
You should have dead in there, too.
There's a little bit of dead, yeah. I mean, they're on life support.
Yeah. I think Melania Trump has less life behind her eyes than you do.
Well, that's fair.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah, no, but no, I had different. It's like my sunglasses. Like I don't wear the fucking progressive. Well, I have progressives, but I don't want the ones that change when you're inside and outside. Like, don't tell me when I want my sunglasses on. I'll tell you when I wear my sunglasses.
Yeah, and a lot of good it does you wearing sunglasses inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Shall I remind you when MZ unplugged the power?
Yeah.
And we were in full panic mode, and you sprang up and ran to the computer, and then instantly went, "Someone help me! I can't see."
You're right.
Is that true?
Didn't do that.
Well, it's shadowy down here. No, I mean
Yo,
Take off your glasses.
it's very
Look.
shadowy.
Yeah. It's very shadowy. Nice. That's exciting. I got some frames. Really? I'm gonna get some ruby quartz shit. I want some like Cyclops fucking goggles.
That's great. That's great for the frames. What about the fucking lenses?
Yeah, no, they're very expensive. I got the high index lenses. You don't even fucking know. They're fucking, progressive.
Everything's
For the
progressive with
blindness.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm moving forward, dude. You don't even
Except
know.
his evolution.
Very expensive to get these. These you can't fuck around. These ain't no off the rack ones.
Wow,
Okay,
we're off.
but
This
thank-
2020 is off to a fucking great start.
Well, I don't want to fucking talk about my fucking frames, but you guys busted my fucking balls over it.
Because you don't need to be wearing sunglasses indoors.
Well, I don't need to, but
You
You know,
have to?
I don't
You
have to. No, I choose to.
You choose to. Why? Is it
Why?
a fashion statement or do you need them?
I need them.
You need them.
They're my friends. Meanwhile, you're fucking being prophetic like an asshole, like a fucking talking about a no-hitter during the fucking thing. And we're going to have a bad year because you fucking did fucking fates, asshole.
Hey, if I go down, everyone goes down with me.
All right, well, hey, first of all, that was one party, and it's not going to happen again.
Wow. So, what'd you guys do New Year's? Anything fun?
Yeah, no, we had a lot of fun over the Raven Chateau. You don't even fucking know. Marion was over, did our thing.
Were you on vacation?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was for a couple hours. No, it was no. I think what you're trying to say is that we had a good time, and I watched some movies.
What'd
I
you
watched
watch?
The Joker. The Joker.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
I love it.
You didn't convince.
No, I did. And I was not super in on, and I get it. This is an alternate reality, an Elseworlds version of the Joker, and I have a hard time with the Joker ever being sympathetic to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he's a douche. He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Is he a great villain? Is he a great look? Absolutely. But I don't want to empathize at all with the Joker. And there are certain villains that you can. I think Magneto is somebody that you can have. He's not evil. Is he air quotes bad guy? But he's not evil. Joker's fucking evil. Sabretooth is fucking evil. But you can see cause and effect, and that's been done in the storylines. And I got to say, well, I thought some of it was a little bit, slower pace. I love the look to it. I love the 80s sleaze. I love the fact that Joker was chain smoking like a mug.
Like a mug?
Like a mug. But, the last, as it was ramping towards the denouement, I was fucking all in. And I fucking loved probably the last half of the flick a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What the scene on the talk show like that, and then and then after
from scissors on.
Okay. Yeah. So, what did Aries? You haven't seen it yet, right?
Correct.
I know you said that you would watch it eventually when it was released on home video or whatever. So we won't say too much. But did you like the sort of I guess I'll call them fan servicey things? I don't know how else to put it without spoiling it. But do you know what I mean, Raven Shadow?
Yes. And I did.
Was it jarring or did you like it?
No. I think it actually really worked.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Okay. Cool.
And I have no nerd complaints about any of that. And I thought it actually, it's funny. On one hand, if it didn't do it, it would almost be a disservice.
Yeah. I gotcha.
In some way, and it does. I ain't gonna say it, but
yeah.
And once again, this is not gonna be the Joker that's gonna fight, Twilight in the next movie, and this isn't the Joker that fought we will never see it. Might eventually fight Affleck Batman, but in its own story, I think it worked. It worked really well, especially. Oh man, I don't know.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you dug it. What did you think of Joaquin Phoenix in it?
He's good, and I liked him a lot, and he looked fucking in pain at certain scenes.
Yeah, it was almost sort of like Christian Bale and like The Machinist or whatever. You know, like he lost a lot of weight for it.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm like, he looks kind of ripped.
That's
to me,
That's,
look
yeah,
at-
to you, that's ripped.
I wish I was built like Joaquin Phoenix in struck out 80s sleazy Joker movie. Like he's got a cut, right?
He's got a nice hair lip.
Yeah, no. I enjoyed it. There's a certain moment where I really fucking marked out hard at the very end, but yeah,
At the very end.
the right before the very end,
Okay, I think I know. Yeah.
a certain basking in the moment scene,
Yeah. Okay.
which I thought was cool. So yeah, definitely if you're on the fence about it, once again, and this is not the final fucking time we're gonna see a live action Joker. I mean, it's made a lot of fucking money, so despite being planned, I'm sure they want to do a fucking trilogy.
It's the most successful comic book movie ever, in terms of amount that it made versus what it cost to make.
Wow, yeah, because I mean, like, how expensive was it really? I mean, in terms there was no fucking green screen. There wasn't giant fucking robots and shit.
I'll look to see. My guess is it was probably close to like 100 million, whereas a lot of the others were like between 300 and 500. You know.
Yeah,
So it made
there was never that many big.
the budget was 55 million. So it was like less than I thought. 55 mil is like that's like a mid-level like Hollywood picture. You know, nowadays.
Right, a movie that money would have been on maybe like 4 screens for like 3 weeks and be out to make way for something else.
And it made domestically 333 million, international 729 million, and worldwide it made over $1 billion. It's big
Well,
big
Phoenix might have taken a pay cut just to fit into the budget, and then be promised like a huge payday if this movie pans out,
Yeah.
for a sequel.
He probably did get a lot of the back end, maybe not up front, but maybe he got some stuff. So yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, it's definitely different. I'll say that it's definitely different from what you're going to catch in some of the other DC films. But I thought it was cool. Like, was it the Joker that I would have liked to have seen? Maybe not necessarily, but like it was a really kind of cool vision, and I'm glad that it exists. You know, and it is getting talked about in some circles.
Jared Leto.
What's that?
It's better than Jared Leto's route, though, right?
Joker, his
interpretation.
portrayal, yeah. That was almost like a fanboy portrayal, Jared Leto's Suicide Squad, you know?
Yeah, but on paper though, I was like, holy shit, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I just didn't like the direction they went with it, you know?
No, I mean, I think still though he was better. The look is stupid, but I thought he acted better than I thought he was going.
Oh,
to.
yeah,
But
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I wasn't completely. I actually kind of liked him in Suicide Squad for what it was. I mean,
Yeah.
Suicide Squad ain't fucking,
It's not Casablanca.
Casablanca, Casablanca, but
Casablanca.
it was for what it was, but no, there's once again I would say much like the Dark Knight, there's no wrong way to do the Joker. I mean, Cesar Romero's version.
Aries might disagree with you.
He's getting all pissy. Yeah, you know what? There was that cartoon. It was the Batman cartoon. I didn't really watch it, but I saw the toys and saw a couple episodes. When they had Joker, he was like a fucking Rastafarian. Like he was very big and bulky, and he had almost like green, like psychopathic dreadlocks.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that version?
I think so, yeah.
That
He
was
would have
stupid.
like Doink the Clown hair.
Almost, yeah.
man.
It was very fierce. like
Like evil Doink the Clown.
yes.
Yeah.
Aries is so pissed right now. What's the matter?
I can't chime in on a movie I haven't seen.
No, but I know we're talking Joker, and that's in your wheelhouse. and
I haven't seen it either.
So,
and,
yeah.
you know,
so-
I think I'm going to.
Yeah, so we won't talk much more about it. I actually, speaking of DC, I actually watched a DC movie that I hadn't seen. I meant to see in theater and just never caught it. I think it came out around the time that I moved, maybe. But I checked out Shazam, and I fucking liked it a lot. It's real good.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's so funny.
To be honest, I don't know why I'm laughing. Maybe it's because of the image in my head. Because I've seen clips of the movie, you know, the trailers and all, and he just looks so ridiculous.
I mean, that was kind of the point of how he looked.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that was done purposefully because nobody would take a superhero. Nobody would take a superhero figure seriously if he really came out looking like that.
Right, and they kind of did the spin of if it was like a boy pretending to be a superhero.
And honestly, I never like while watching a movie, it didn't even bother me at all. Like I know MZ, you had a few yucks about the suit, but it didn't even occur to me at all while watching it.
No, I see that suit, I just chuckle. You know, I can't help but.
Zachary Levi was fun. I thought he was like, it's funny. It's funnier than you think it is, and it's definitely a little bit more geared towards kids, but like it works for anyone. Like it's funny, and like Mark Strong's in it. Who is he going to play every villain in DC Universe?
He is fucking fantastic.
He's good though.
Like that. He was the best thing about Green Lantern.
He makes Savannah like I don't know much about Savannah like from the comics. I haven't read a ton of Shazam, but I'm familiar with the character. But he made Savannah like kind of cool,
Yeah, put it this way, in the books, he's more like picture like Ross Perot meets the Meat Man from Preacher, but as a mad scientist. Like he is by no means 6'3" Mark Strong.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was kind of like menacing in this, and it played well against sort of the lighthearted nature of Zachary Levi's performance, and I even liked the kid who played Billy Batson. I thought he was real good too. So no, it was fun, and there's some like some decent surprises in it that I wasn't expecting that I won't really talk about because I know you haven't seen it, but yeah, no, I dug it. It's a little long. It's like 2 hours plus, like 2 hours. I mean, it's a normal superhero length, like 2 hours 12 minutes, something like that. But no, I dug it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun.
And once again, I don't have a dog in the fight, but it's fucking Captain Marvel, right? Like that's still
I know.
Me.
Which
it's not as small.
I can't call him anymore, I guess, but.
Yeah.
Did they just kind of give up and say, well, it looks like it'll probably look like we're copying Marvel? Is that sort of what?
In my estimation, they just kind of laid down, much like Vince did with WWF.
Yeah,
because it's the whole.
Yeah, go ahead.
The whole deal was that, and it sucked because we've talked about this. Like, Billy Batson's got a bad rap because that book was outselling Superman in the fucking 40s.
Yeah.
That book is the one that gave way to like a super family where it had Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr., and all this stuff way before Superman did it.
Oh yeah.
And then DC sued them because they were too similar, and it DC owned the property and just held on to it like fuck you can't fucking do it. And so by rights, that character could theoretically have gone much like the Lou Ferrigno method. It could have been different.
Yeah.
So then Marvel started doing it, and the whole deal was that DC couldn't have Captain Marvel on any title. So a lot of the books was always the power of Shazam or one magic word Shazam.
Yep.
Inside the book, fine. You just couldn't do it on the title.
Yeah.
And you could arguably say that the reason why there's so many different variations of the Captain Marvel character in Marvel is because they wanted to keep that license going over the years with the various incarnations from the alien Kree warrior to his clone son, Monica Rambeau, to whatnot. They just kept using these characters. So, and once again, I don't really give a rat's too much about either one of them, but I'm just saying give credit where credit's due. But I haven't finished it yet, but that boardroom scene was pretty fucking rough.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah. I'm about halfway through it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was pretty rough. But no,
was a little scary.
it's fun. You know, I know it came out a while ago, so I don't want to talk too much about it. I know you guys haven't seen it yet, but I did check it out, and I dug it. MZ, you watched a movie. Well, I'm sure you watched more than one movie, but you watched King of Monsters, Godzilla, King of Monsters.
Yes, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I did
And?
it last night.
Yeah.
I dug it.
Did
I dug it.
Did you like it more than the first of this series, or did you feel
Oh,
like?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I mean, the Godzilla came out in 2014 is good. I like it. You know, it's not great, but I liked it for what it is. And I just feel like sometimes the American filmmakers are a little scared to tread on Godzilla because it is a Japanese property, and they want to do it right, but I think they're like tiptoeing around the character a little bit of Godzilla. Here, where you got Michael Dougherty who directed Trick or Treat, you know, and we all love Trick or Treat, as far as I know we do. And
Yep.
he took these properties and he gave them a decent amount of screen time. And it wasn't just Godzilla versus, you know, everybody. It was everybody versus everybody. It was a battle royale of kaiju going on. And the big final battle scenes happens at Fenway Park, which is amazing. It does.
No shit.
It does. It really does. I'm like, of all the places in the world for Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, and Monster Zero to duke it out, it would have to be in Boston.
America's most beloved ballpark.
Yep.
By the Green Monster.
Well, you know what? Now that you mention that, that's probably the reason why.
Wow.
You know, because of the Green Monster, you know, Godzilla and all. You know, it makes sense. Now, you know, I never thought about it, but now that you mention it, it makes a lot of sense. But they gave him a decent amount of screen time. The battles were really, really good, and you could see a lot of what was going on. You know, I mean, there's a lot of darkness in the skies situations because, like, the kaiju gods are coming down onto Earth and just destroying the world and each other, for that matter. And but they kept it lit just decent enough where you could see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And I dug it, man, because of those kaiju battles. And that's what you need. You need to have that. You can't just have them on the screen for, you know, 5 minutes or whatever at a time and then just the hell with it. Then we'll go back to our human interaction.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, could be a whole lot better.
Kaiju Soze.
Pretty much. But I think Dougherty did them just enough justice. Yeah, with the mythology of the characters, kept it true, kept it pure, and the battles were vicious. Oh man, were they good? And you know, you got Godzilla's laser breath. You got three-headed Monster Zero, which later on turned into King Ghidorah. I didn't catch why, or if there was even a reason. I didn't see a reason why they switched calling him Monster Zero to King Ghidorah. Not that matters to me at all. You see Mothra in the larva stage. You see Rodan. I mean, and Mothra. Oh, what a majestic creature that looked on screen. Oh my God, better than anything I've ever seen before. Looked really, really good. Really? No sign of the Mothra twins, unfortunately. They weren't around. But it was a good movie. For what, 2 hours, 10 minutes or so, however long it was, I enjoyed it. You know,
how many bathroom breaks did you take?
None.
So 2 hours, 10 minutes you can do.
Get the bed.
Yeah.
Put the tarp down.
Yeah, it looks like and Michael Dougherty, I didn't even know this. I haven't seen it yet, but he also wrote the screenplay as well, it looks like. So it seems like he gets it, you know, like if if it was a lot of nice little nods to the creatures, he's obviously a fan of genre film, anyways. So makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and now we just wait for the next film to come out, which I think is coming out this year. So
It looks like he wrote the story. He's not directing it because it's Adam Wingard, but it looks like he was at least part of the team that wrote the script for it. So it looks like there's a few people. Actually, he wrote. He probably did one of the treatments for it, so he's credited as story by, along with 2 other folks. So, but yeah, that's coming out supposedly November 20th, 2020. And right now, I doubt. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if the runtime will be what it says, but currently IMDb lists a runtime of 2 hours and 52 minutes. But I don't know how they know the runtime if it's not done being edited.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that. But
Well, that might be the first draft.
Yeah.
First cut.
they could be doing focus testing or something with it. And maybe someone saw it and it was that long. Who knows? But yeah. Also, just taking a quick look at Michael Dougherty's IMDb. I know that this has been mentioned and rumored for a while, but it looks like Trick or Treat 2 is announced officially. So.
Well, I heard. That was like announced like 2 years ago. Then recently it was like it wasn't going to happen. Then they started saying, yeah, it is going to happen. So I don't know.
Oh, it also looks like Michael Dougherty wrote the screenplay for Superman Returns, Raven Shadow. With your boy Brandon Routh.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was before Trick or Treat then?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mouth of the Routh.
It's true.
The Routh. Wow.
Brandon Routh is fucking awesome.
Well, he definitely channeled.
He was fine in that. The
I
problem
haven't seen it. I mean,
I don't have the love that at least Johnny has for the book, at least, and I think might be an odd choice to have, hey, the guy you hated as Superman and the guy that you hated as Jimmy Olsen in the same film, put him in another one.
Oh, the guy who played Jimmy Olsen is in that one too. Is he really? Oh my god.
Is like a, and once again, I was into it, but just me and Brandon Routh. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
But he's fucking dope as fucking Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I haven't seen it yet. Once all 5 episodes of the crossover come out, maybe I'll watch them all or something like that.
Yeah, and you don't gotta fucking watch all the other shows either.
Oh, I'm not.
I tell people like
that ship has sailed.
Yeah, you don't gotta do that. They do the crossover, especially the last 2. This one, and I think last year's Crisis on Earth X, which is really rad. They treat it like those crossovers where all you truly need to know if it does its job is just watching those episodes. But they're fun.
The C-dub. You're a big fan,
huh? Well.
What is it? Is it called Infinite Crisis? What is the actual name of the crossover?
No, they're doing Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Crisis. Okay, so they're being fucking ballsy.
Oh yeah, they're fucking pulling it out. They put it on the fucking table. I'm sure they're gonna save Infinite Crisis for 3 years down the line.
Right.
Identity Crisis, Infinite Crisis. All the goddamn crises.
So, what else? How about I guess everyone talked about everyone watching a movie. You don't typically do that, but Aries, did you happen to watch any movies this week that weren't for the show?
No, I did not. I actually had some spare time. I was actually playing video games for the first time in a long time.
Wow. What'd you play? He's like, oh, I played Super Star Wars for Super Nintendo.
Game called Pac-Man.
Shadow of the Empire.
That game was fucking dope. Make that movie with fucking Emperor Prince Shizor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Dash Rendar? Was that Shadow of the Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Outrider.
Yes.
And that was I don't want to cut you off, Aries, but
you're going to.
Yeah, but I didn't see it, but I was told the Outrider made a cameo in a recent film, but I didn't see it.
You didn't see? Whoa! You didn't see Rise of Skywalker on your birthday?
No, I did.
Okay,
I did.
okay. I thought okay. You didn't see.
You didn't see the cameo.
Well, there was about 20,000 ships in that scene.
That's the thing. They were like, I'm looking for. I'm like, I can't fucking see this.
Yeah,
I've seen the still in it.
Okay.
It was supposedly there, along with like some stuff from the animated shows. Like Ghost was there, and there was one ship that people were saying was the Razor Crest, the Mandalorian ship, but it's not. It's actually like a Wookiee, like a Wookiee fighter or something like that. They look similar. But yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of like interesting little tidbits in there if you kind of dig in.
As you were.
Aries, yeah, please.
What? I'm sorry, what?
What game were you playing?
Oh, Ratchet and Clank. I forget whatever title it has.
Nice.
I enjoy those games. I played every single one of them. They are super fun.
Yeah.
I haven't played them in a long time, but yeah, I remember enjoying them quite a bit.
What system is that on?
The PS4.
Lando system.
So there you go. We all did something. How about that? Did you guys do anything interesting on New Year's? Anything worth talking about?
Yeah. And I watched some more. I watched some other movies too. Actually, we played some board games.
What'd you play?
I played Star Wars Family Feud. I got that for Christmas.
You're shitting me. There's a Star Wars
Family Feud. Yeah.
Christ.
We did that. I got Endgame domino set. We did a little bit of that. That was cool.
The Alderanians, come on down.
Yeah. This price is right, but close.
Ready for action.
And started watching Dark Phoenix.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You gonna finish it?
I don't know. Maybe. They had matching uniforms.
You should put that in the box.
Yeah. They all coordinated.
They had coordinated outfits. Michael Ramchow, Trick or True Radio.
And it sucks because Cyclops is my favorite fucking X-Man or X-person. And I fucking wanted to shoot fucking Cyclops in this fucking movie.
All right. He wasn't played by James Marsden anymore, right? Is he gone?
I don't know. I don't even know what happens. It's very confusing.
All right.
Oh, shit.
So we didn't even talk about what we're fucking doing tonight. So we just got over doing December Cram Jam. We're all exhausted, kind of getting off the end of this sort of holiday, hangover, if you will. I haven't gone back to work yet, so things are everyone's kind of got their own thing going on. We had New Year's Eve and everything, but we also did a lot of podcasting on this past weekend. We did our 2019 year-end show where we talked about our top 13 films of the year. We added them all up, and we created the Trick or Treat Radio Master List. So we have the top 13 films, that for the show for the year of 2019. If you guys are curious about that, go check out the special episode dropped on January 1st. And we won't give any spoilers away yet because, it just came out yesterday, so I don't know if people had an opportunity to listen to it. But, we'll let people kind of dig in and see what ended up being the number one. But I was actually not surprised that it was number one because it's obviously a film that we all liked. But I don't know why. I didn't know what was going to be number one, so it was a little surprising to see what finished at number one. So were you guys shocked?
I was pretty confident it would be up there. I just didn't. I truly didn't think that'd be the one. I thought.
Yeah, there were a lot of films that we rated really highly, and the idea of the movie that ended up being the number one movie for all of us, it kind of took me back a little bit. I was taken back a little bit. I was not expecting that one either.
Wait, you didn't like it?
No. I did like it. I had it on my list.
No,
but-
but I didn't like that was chosen.
No. It isn't that. It's just that I didn't expect that one to be it.
So
But
yeah, we did that.
Math being what it is.
And then we also, in
What is
addition to that, we did a Patreon bonus episode where we basically it was kind of like a supplemental show for the year end. So if you guys are going in order, I would recommend listening to the year end show first because we talk about some of the things from that in the Patreon show. So if you want to listen to them in order, listen to the 2019 year end, then check out the Patreon episode. And MZ unfortunately wasn't able to stick around for the Patreon episode, but he will give his top 5 on a future Patreon episode. But MZ, the one thing you weren't able to give was your Dear God No award for the worst film of the year. Now, I suppose we can go ahead and just do that here. It's not really a spoiler. But what was your Dear God No film of 2019?
Okay, well, my Dear God No winner was this pretentious piece of shit. It was so full of bullshit and so full of like a total egomaniacal mess. Okay, I was just embarrassed to watch it, and I was embarrassed for the show that actually had to watch this movie. I never want to see this movie again.
Wow.
I hated this movie, and it was either that or another film. And then the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, this has got to be it. I can't pick that other movie. So yeah, my Dear God No winner was Boone the Bounty Hunter.
Raven Shadow.
That was a lot of fun, and even you too. You were like,
No. I enjoyed reviewing it because it was terrible. There's a difference. That movie sucked.
No, because I was talking about this with Mary, and it might have been New Year's Day.
She loved it.
Like, yeah, it was fun. I mean, it ain't fucking, with the fucking, I don't know, Casablanca 2, but I mean, it was fun. And you were like, the action scenes, you like this, you like that. And you pulled one of your own things where you're like, and by the way, Trick.
It was terrible.
Well, it wasn't high art. It wasn't the fucking lighthouse.
It was awful.
Or even the
It wasn't
Lighthouse
even
Gold.
low art. It was pretentious art. Ooh, look at me. Look what I could do. Parkour. Ooh, look at me. You just been booned. Fuck you, dickhead.
He can
I don't
really
care.
do that. He can do
Yeah, I
that.
know. I know. And that in and of itself is impressive, but it's not enough to sell a movie.
No, but like have his hair was flowing. Have him
How his hair was flowing?
Yeah.
That's what you're banking this movie on? How his hair
Because
flows?
he did parkour. That's you can't pay for that with a budget.
Jesus.
No, he should fight the guy from the first fucking Daniel Craig James Bond movie. Have
No,
them
he
fucking
should
climb it.
not. That movie was terrible.
James Bond?
No. Boone the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, it was fun.
No, it wasn't fun.
It was not fun. It
It
was terrible.
annoying.
It's like
It was
it's a terrible
annoying.
movie.
The only redeemable thing about that movie is that guy financed the movie by himself.
Yeah.
That's the only redeemable thing about this movie. Everything else about it sucked dick.
I'm watching it tonight. I don't give a fuck.
Okay? It sucked a big, fat
That's-
rubber dick.
That's the movie you're going to watch again.
I am. I'm gonna
Wait,
watch
have you
that.
seen it more than once yet?
No.
He's
Are you
going
sure?
to now.
I'm pretty sure.
Boone the Bounty. Kiss my
I didn't fucking pick it either. You motherfuckers picked it, or Johnny picked it.
Yeah, because we were doing the Wednesday Night Wars. We needed something with like wrestling related, and I was hoping for gold, and we got fucking shit.
What?
We got a shit
That-
sandwich.
No. No, what? It
Johnny, did you pick it too?
was for the Wednesday Night Wars.
Yeah, it was for Wednesday Night Wars. I was looking for
No,
something.
no. I know. I mean, for Dear God No award, did you?
It was. It was on my short list. I had 3 films on my short list, but I ended up giving it to something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just awful.
Oh, it was fun.
No,
We gotta
it
watch
wasn't fun.
Yeah,
It's
we're
fun
doing-
to review and to rip apart. That's the fun part.
It wasn't supposed to be anything more than it was.
Yeah, and it was.
I want to
shit.
ask. I want to ask one question.
Thank you.
Were you stoned when you watched it?
Doesn't matter what.
Were you stoned?
Well, you
I don't know, it
stoned
could've-
and or
Are
drunk.
you asking to remember if he was stoned 6 months ago?
So that's a yes. You were stoned.
I don't know what I was,
That-
but what I was
That has a
engaged.
great deal to do with how you enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
I like Dog the Bounty Hunter. I like
Oh my
You've just
god.
Intergalactic
Kiss
Bounty
my
Hunters.
fucking flame broiled ass. I don't think.
Yeah,
I'm-
you're fucking
that movie-
impossible ass.
That movie was awful. That movie was awful.
It's better than the fucking Banana Splits.
No, it was not.
Stop it.
Banana Splits was also one of my choices for Dear God.
That
No,
was on
but
short.
Thank you, Aries, because we're fucking. Who are you, Johnny?
The-
Thank you, producer Johnny.
The other movie that I was in contention with for that award, and the more I thought about it, it just blew it out of the water. Deep Murder.
Yeah, see, that's more fucking
You know,
pretentious.
see, that's
that was
There's
not.
nothing
It's not pretentious.
not,
Are you
it
kidding?
just sucked.
Do you know what pretentious
just
means?
sucked.
Not really.
Okay, at least you're honest.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No, Boone the Bounty Hunter is major league pretentious.
All right, I don't know what it means exactly, but I know it's not that. You can say it's bad. I'm not gonna fucking die in the Boone the fucking Bounty Hunter hill either. It's like-
You're almost there.
I
Yeah.
know, but like, I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
like-
almost at the top of the hill, ready to plant your flag.
Like, ain't like a fucking Booster Gold is a really good hero. I mean, I'll fight that argument, but no, I don't give a fuck. But it was fun. He did flips. He had a
So
vest.
what?
Flips.
I like
you keep bringing up flips.
Flips.
I
His
like
flips
people
and
who
his
do flips.
hair.
Yeah,
His
Yeah.
hair's flowing.
I
Yeah.
like dudes with long hair who do flips wearing vests.
All right, Raven
It calms
Shadow.
me.
Pretentious.
Shorbo.
Attempting to impress by affecting greater importance, talent, culture, etc., than is actually possessed.
In other words, making yourself better than what you are.
Yes.
Or
Tell-
attempting to.
Given the impression that you're better than what you really are.
Yeah, but doing it for like fucking 43 fucking years, man. I
Well,
understand.
well, then by that definition, the Boone wasn't pretentious because he was doing this kind of stuff. It was very self-serving.
Yeah,
Oh, don't say
Yeah.
yeah.
fucking science dropping Aries.
Oh, fuck off.
Science dropping.
I'm getting that X out of
That
you.
movie sucked. That movie sucked. Sucked. God,
He's sweating. He hates it so much he's
I
sweating.
am. I'm like the Iron Sheik giving a promo. I'm fine for a minute, then I start just going off the rails. No, Boone the Bounty Hunter.
I make you humble.
Make you humble.
Yeah.
Zero. It's.
No, it's not fine.
We're gonna watch it.
You watch it.
We're gonna get fucked up and watch it. What do you think about that?
No, we're not.
I'm put some peanut butter in your water.
No.
What do you think of that?
No,
What?
I don't want to. Unless I
Like
the
he
less
wouldn't
I
know.
got the littlest vampire in there doing coke and shit. I mean,
Yeah,
come
that's
on.
a movie.
Jonathan Lipnicki, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, the snortiest vampire.
The snortiest.
I don't know who's in it, but it was fun.
awful,
It's
awful.
fine.
And who? John Morrison,
Yeah.
WWE's John Morrison. Oh, Christ. Now, if I may,
Oh, you may not. What?
I just no. It's just that I want to give my honorable mentions. There were just two that I had.
Well,
If I
now, all right.
No?
Well, people may not have heard, so they. But go fuck it. Go.
Okay.
For it.
No. I don't want to. No, you're right. No. Okay. You're right.
It's bad enough you gave that because now people thinking that was your number one.
I know. Yeah.
People are
You
fucking
just
stupid.
let down a lot. You let a lot of people down right there.
Well, that if I don't live for that, what's the point of living?
All right, so we should probably start to move on here because intro's getting long, you know. But as I was mentioning, we did release the sort of supplemental. That's what I'm sorry to say. Show. So if you guys want to listen to the year-end 2019 show, check that out, and then go to Patreon. We dropped a video of it as well, so you can watch the video if you're in that tier, or the audio if you're in that tier. So go ahead and check it out. And if you're not a supporter of our Patreon, what are you waiting for? Head on over to patreon.com/trickortreatradio, and you too can help support the show. And we got a couple of new Patreon supporters in the last few weeks, so we appreciate that. And if you guys are interested, go check it out. And you can get in for as little as $2 a month. If you guys want the exclusive audio commentary, then it's $5 a month. And as we've established, there's plenty of stuff that you can just put off for a month to save $5. It's $5, Raven Shadow, right?
Yes.
You do an auto deduct from your bank account. You don't even notice that shit. $5, you don't even notice it.
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, what I do, I'll usually take that, like, when I'm counting out from my envelope, I'll just hide it somewhere.
From your
like, I'll hide the money.
envelope?
Yeah, I do. Oh, it's all cash, baby. I do cash, but like
oh God, I tried to end this episode, and you're giving me this fucking candy just dangling in front of my face. Why do you use all cash? What if you got fucking mugged?
You will come fucking. Better bring some friends. I mean, I don't know. Fuck.
What?
Or do you just carry like small amounts of cash with you each time that you go out?
I have a certain
Like when you
dollar
fill
amount.
up the tank a little bit.
That's why he only puts $10 in, because he doesn't have a lot of cash on him.
That's
What?
It's all starting to make sense.
Yeah,
In a weird way, it's making sense.
I carry like
Wait,
$40 at a time.
Wait, do you cash your entire check and have it and get it in cash?
No, not anymore. No,
Oh,
is it
Not
thank
anymore.
God. Thank God.
When did you switch? When did you switch?
Last week.
Well, no. When I there was a different deal set up when there was different continuity. It was a whole different thing. But now I'm retcon. But no, I do allot myself a certain stipend to have.
Michael stipend.
Michael stipend. Yeah. No, that's how I just measure myself, because I don't need
How
to
I
have
measure
that.
myself? How much?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, well, how long are you? 10 bills.
Patreon. 10 bills. But a stack of
Stack of
dimes.
dimes. Half full stack of dimes.
Yeah. But no, it's very exciting. But no, I like to just regiment, because you don't need to have that much access to everything at all times. You got to control yourself.
That much access to everything at all times.
Yeah. I don't need unlimited access to funds or,
So
if I have a
what
credit
you're
limit,
saying? What you're saying is if you put it all in your debit card, you would just spend it all.
I don't think I would, but what might happen? Because it's like fake money.
It's
When
not
you
fake
really-
money.
Yeah,
It's
it's magic
in a-
money, John.
It's in a bank, dude.
Yeah, but it's like, all right, well, fine. If I could, the same swipe of a card, right? Can do. Monster Zero is having a fucking anxiety attack. If I swipe the same $20 charge, or I could do 20,000, just by doing and sign my name.
What?
You don't fucking need that.
I don't know what you're talking about. You have $20,000 in your bank account?
No, but my credit limit. Well, like credit limit. Well, I'm being funny with numbers, but like $20 could be 2,000. I could charge 2,000 fucking dollars. I have a high credit limit.
You
So
can set
you get
limits on your.
Yeah, and you get it reversed if you say if someone fucks up.
No, but what if I just I do fucking
What if I just,
Then set a limit on your debit card.
Yeah.
Set a daily limit.
Yeah, no, I limit myself.
Raven Show's like, I really need some new edibles. $2,000 later.
Yeah.
You are gonna.
Those are some good ass brownies.
You are gonna be one hell of a mess. In
Gonna
20
be?
years.
Yeah,
you're messed up now.
What are you talking about?
You're messed up now, but Jesus, come 20 years from now, 15 years from now,
Well, slow it down.
you are going to be a
MZ,
class.
MZ.
Acid cake.
To be fair, He owns a house. You and I do not. And he's got good credit.
You and I do not.
Do you have good credit? Because I don't think you have credit.
No, I do. I'm in the fucking.
He's up there.
debt
He's-
side.
And
Yeah.
and also to be honest, he bought the house with help.
What's that mean?
Oh, do you take an?
Continuity.
Wow, motherfucker, Aries dropping the
Wow,
You're not the only one that can play that different continuity card. Yeah.
Wow. They're showing you up.
Something I should know.
I assume Aries, you own your house, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. Two of us have houses and two of us rent. Oh shit. we were about to move on, but I had to. Those fucking like low hanging fruit just dangling right in front of my face there. Low hanging kale, MZ, right?
Yeah.
Avocado.
So if you're like Ravenshaw, you get your whole paycheck cashed out. Maybe you could pay someone $5 and have them put it on their card.
Is that what we got here? That's funny.
Do what you got to do. Patreon.com/trickortreatradio. That's the easiest way to support us, and we give you stuff for supporting us. So there's a quid pro quo there, Raven Shadow. Can you say that 5 times fast?
Quid pro bro. Dudes to think for each other.
So
Bro.
you give us
Quid pro
something,
bro.
we give you something back, and we love you for it. And there's other ways you can help us. You can go to trickortreatradio.com, scroll down, look for the Amazon logo, click on that. It's going to bring you right to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. So everything you purchase in that session gets attributed to us. It doesn't cost you any extra. But what, Raven Shadow?
It's another way to help keep the lights on.
So you guys can go ahead, help us keep the lights on. Help the show going by using that link. So you can do Patreon and you can do the Amazon link. And also, if you need another way, on trickortreatradio.com, there's a store. Click it, and it'll bring you right to some digital content. You can see the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio Volumes 1 through 3, and there's some other stuff on there. So give it a look and help support the show. And if you don't have any money, which, I'm sure a lot of you don't, but if you don't, then you can go ahead and just leave us a review, especially on Apple Podcasts, iTunes. Just navigate there and look for Trick or Treat Radio. And what you can do is you scroll down a little bit, and you see ratings and reviews. You click the 5 stars, and then underneath it says write a review. Click that, and then it gives you an opportunity to leave a few words. Let people know what you dig about the show. We'd appreciate it. It helps with getting placed and getting in front of more ears, and we want people to check it out. So, if you could help us out, we would be most appreciative. All right, Raven Shadow, you sit down. This week we have one movie to watch. What do you do to prepare to watch Boar?
Oh, I get excited, Johnny, because I have a nice ham dinner.
In preparation for Boar?
Yeah. Eat some ham. I hum the Three Little Pigs song.
Oh my
Not
God.
to do any of that. No. It sucked, Johnny. What I did was I had excuse me, New Year's Day, and I'm so excited to bold new adventure, bold new year. Then I went back to work.
Oh, you're back?
Yeah, and bro, New Year seems like shitty last year. So that was sad.
shitty bang bang.
It was like a shitty bang bang, yeah. And it's fucking cold. I got ice in my driveway, and I get fucking anxiety. And I go I was gonna watch a giant Australian pig movie.
Yep.
So I had to fucking shit. Monster Zero was confused. I had to fucking strap on.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want
Is some blood and thunder in your life?
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories.
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
We have action,
horror,
and adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
A podcast for the barbarian at heart.
This is Matt Kennedy of Astron 6. You might know me as Manborg. You might know me as Father John Sullivan in Father's Day. But what's important right now is that you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
I can tell you I'm never coming back on this show. Especially now that I did that thing that you just didn't do. Which I will be sending you an invoice for.
All right, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio. Put on your fucking headphones, MZ.
Yeah.
So I completely.
What's that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I caught a glimpse of something on his phone. It looked like an ass. I don't know what the fuck was that. That. Why were you looking at that? Because someone posted.
I don't even want to know what he looks at. It's for the best, honestly.
Jesus Christ! What? Okay.
So I was neglecting the chat rooms, but we had some people chatting. We have Gail from Scream Sisters is hanging out in the Facebook chat, and we also had some pretty funny conversation going on in the website chat on trickortreatradio.com. Marion was talking about how much she enjoyed Boone the Bounty Hunter.
Oh no!
Oh, she says, "I pity all you uncultured swine."
Yeah, what the hell?
And she says there may have been edibles involved.
I knew it. There should be.
And Evil
I
Corny.
think animals come with every DVD of that goddamn movie.
Evil Corny says, Wolfie, tell MZ to become a patron or stay for the show to find out your dear God no.
Ooh. Hey, don't tell me how to do anything.
How to do anything. And let's see. Tim Chuma was hanging out. I think he might have cut out, but what did he say? Yeah, he was he was talking to, he had seen rewatch Boar. He says it was the first time he's seen it in ages. He probably saw it when it made its festival run like 2 years ago or whatever. So, and Corny said that by the time DC makes a sequel for Shazam, Billy will be a grown man. Probably true. So, yeah, so we are hanging out. We're about to talk about this flick. Let's see. Gail says you guys can come on Scream Sisters. There you go, MZ. You looking for branching out a little bit?
Hey, so are you.
I have too many shows. I have 4.
Yeah, he needs to dial it back.
Yeah, if
right.
anything. All right, so we're going to talk about Boar. This film initially got some release in 2017, but it got officially released in 2019 on Shudder here in the States. So it's a Shudder exclusive now. And the film is not rated. It is 96 minutes. It's an adventure horror thriller. And it is directed by Chris Sun, written by Chris Sun, with story editor Kirstie Dallas. And it stars Nathan Jones, Bill Moseley, John Jarrett, Steve Bisley, sort of, Hugh Sheridan, Roger Ward, Chris Haywood, Ernie Dingo, Simone Buchanan, Christy Lee Britton, Madeline Kennedy, and there's a couple other cameos. MZ, I don't know if you might have caught them, but maybe we'll get to those as we start talking about the flick. And the synopsis that we have here for the film. In the harsh yet beautiful Australian outback lives a beast, an animal of staggering size with a ruthless, driving need for blood and destruction. It cares for none, defends its territory with brutal force, and kills with a raw, animalistic savagery unlike any have seen before.
Who wrote that? Donald Trump?
Bigley. There's a Bigley boar.
The Bigley boar.
It's the biggest boar ever. I've seen boars, and this is the big boar.
The Big
Boar
Bay
sounds-
Boar.
Yeah.
So, so yes, Boar. So this one, kind of what we're doing here at the beginning of the year. I figured we need some palate cleansers because we had a pretty, December was a little crazy for some of us anyways. I know MZ watches a lot of movies anyways, but December, watch 2 flicks a week, and, we watched some pretty heady stuff, with we watched Midsummer right before the end of November, and then in December we did The Lighthouse. So we, Daniel Isn't Real. We did some pretty heady stuff. So I wanted to kind of do a little palate cleanser, and this seemed like kind of a good opportunity to do it. And next week I think we'll do the same thing. We'll do a little bit of a palate cleanser because there's not a lot of stuff coming out on VOD in this time period anyway. So, and then we'll hit some new stuff coming up soon. I'm actually really looking forward to some of the films coming out in the first couple months of the year. I guess I'll just name a few because I'm excited about Color Out of Space, the new Richard Stanley film starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
The H.P. Lovecraft story. Uncut Gems. It's out in theaters right now, but we're going to check it out on Netflix when it hits on January 31st. Yeah. Everyone's talking about Sandler for a fucking Oscar.
Yeah, my uncle Oscar.
Right.
And the reason we're doing it is because it's the Safdie brothers. I'm not doing it because of Sandler. The Safdie brothers did Good Time, which I fucking loved. I think all of us, for the most part, done that.
Good Time was a good time.
It was a very good time. And then after that, MZ, we're doing Come to Daddy, featuring your favorite man in horror these days, Elijah Wood.
Yes, with my favorite mustache.
Yes, he has a great mustache in it. And then after that, VFW, the latest film from Joe Bigas, the director of Bliss.
Yeah.
He's got another film coming out.
Shit.
And Fangoria is putting this one out. And speaking of Joe Bigos, he was on the cover of the most recent Fangoria. That's fucking amazing for him. Did you guys see that by chance?
That's cool.
No.
I heard it, but I have not seen the cover.
Yeah, so fucking awesome. So him and Josh Ethier, his editor, were featured on the cover. It's a great. I haven't had a chance to really dig into it. I do have it though. So super exciting for those guys. And then the other one we know about is a film called After Midnight from the guys who did The Battery, their latest film.
Shit, really?
Yeah. So the next several weeks, pretty exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to some stuff that I've been anticipating for a few months at this point, especially VFW. So and Uncut Gems, honestly. Uncut Gems isn't, it's not going to be a horror movie, but we sometimes branch out and do some other genre stuff, and the Safdie brothers killed it with Good Time. So we got to do this. So I'm really looking forward to checking out all these films. So far, I figured there's some others coming out down the road. So we kind of do some palate cleansers, some stuff that we may have missed in 2019, and we'll get to some of the new stuff in 2020 soon. So Well, let's dive into Boar. Now, I know we heard about this maybe last year. I know Dane, our boy Dane Unda, had called in and talked about Boar, seeing it in a festival down in Australia. I know Tim Chuma has talked about it. So we've actually done a decent amount of Australian flicks. We did a few of them in the last few months. So we're keeping that going here with Boar. And like I said, Shudder exclusive. You can catch this on Shudder. And, this is kind of what I expected, right? This is like one of those killer animal movies. So I wasn't looking for something, heavy or deep here. I think we all kind of knew what we're getting into before we watched it. But I guess initial impressions. I'm interested in MZ because MZ, I know, I'm not saying this is like that film, but you're a big fan of like, let's say, the Tremors films and other films kind of like this. So, and obviously we had John Jarrett in it as well. So I know you're a huge fan of Johnny Jarrett. So what were initial impressions?
Well, when I think of, giant animal movies running amok, I think back to the mid to late, say like around 2005, 2010 to 2010.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that area where we were hit with a truckload of giant animal run amok horror films. There's, so many, geez, I can't even remember any of them, but I remember reviewing films for another website, and I would get these movies in and I would review them, and for the most part, they, not too good. Just your basic, just your basic science gone awry. Giant animal gets up, starts killing people out in the wilderness, in the woods, whatever. And for the most part, it's basically like sci-fi Saturday night. Really, it's really nothing all that spectacular. Mostly due to the budget, poor casting, that sort of situation, and then so the story doesn't really help, and the effects don't help. So when I was brought up with Boar, I'm thinking, okay, well, we got Bill Moseley, we got Nathan Jones, John Jarrett, for Christ's sake,
right.
And I'm a big John Jarrett mark. So I was really interested to see how they were going to take this kind of an idea with two of the three, I should say, being accomplished actors. I don't know how much of I saw Nathan Jones IMDb, and this is the same Nathan Jones that was one time WWE's Nathan Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
he was a wrestler.
Yeah. The guy's a mountain.
He's fucking huge. Yeah.
Oh my God! Well,
big.
He had a Kane vibe to me. Like, I'm not familiar with him as a wrestler.
I think he's bigger than Kane.
He's a fucking big fucking boy.
He is big. Man.
Bernie was my dude, and Bernie was a great surprise too.
He is. He's 6'11", and Kane was like 6'8", maybe 6'7", something like that. And he's 330, 6'11", 330.
Jesus.
He's a fucking,
and he's all muscle.
Mammoth.
He's
Yeah.
a fucking.
He's been in a pretty good amount of movies since since WWE. He was in Troy. He was in The Protector. He was in Conan the Barbarian, the one with Jason Momoa. He was in Charlie's Farm, which was also directed by Chris Sun, same director. He was also Rictus Erectus in Mad Max Fury Road. So, and he's done some other stuff here and there. He was in, I think he had a role in Hobbs and Shaw, and he's been in a few other things. But yeah, he's a fucking mammoth.
He's the fucking juggernaut.
Yeah, pretty much.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. So when you have a guy this size, which is something that the other films that I was, in the subgenre that I was talking about, doesn't have anybody like this in that movie. So it would, so when you have a guy like this big, facing off against a boar that's like the size of a goddamn rhinoceros,
right.
You're gonna hope to see some pretty wild shit. You know.
You can hope to.
Yeah. Now maybe we will, maybe we won't. Let's see what happens. Let's talk.
All right. So yeah, I mean this was pretty much what I expected. You know, like this, animals run amok film with with a fucking huge ass boar. I mean, that's kind of what you got. There wasn't anything, like earth shattering about this. There wasn't anything totally new. And, I'm not sure what the budget was, but obviously this is a low budget flick, and it had a decent cast for what they were trying to do. I mean, I think Nathan Jones added a nice presence to it, having this big fucking huge dude fighting this huge ass boar. And, obviously it had Bill Moseley give you some cred, but, Bill wasn't, I think he was underutilized in this. He was just he was like a dad, like.
That's the one thing I didn't. That's one thing I didn't like about this film is that Bill Moseley. He's to me, he's out of his element.
Yeah.
I'll agree that Bill Moseley, for what he does, he's a very good actor, and chances are that outside of the genre that he's built his career on, he's a fairly decent actor and maybe even respected as such. But seeing him as John Everyman, seeing him as Dad, does not work for me.
Okay, then let me ask you a question. What role in this movie would you have put him in?
I would have written the character differently.
Given him a different character.
Yeah. I don't.
But I'm sure that the character was written and he wanted to be in this movie because he was in the previous movie. Yeah. I'm sure it was more of a favor and lacking, characters for him to play. He played a perfect character, not perfect. He played the character perfectly. Whether it lived up to your idea of what he should do is a different story. But he played that character perfectly.
And it's hard too because whenever I picture Bill Moseley, immediately comes to mind is like, his Rob Zombie characters for some reason. That just Otis comes to mind. And maybe it's because he's such a great fucking actor where he can be fucking downright terrifying in those films. Not only just those films, but whether it be even Chainsaw or whatever it is. Like he hasn't played nice people, but he's a really nice guy in real life from everything I've witnessed or been told. And to see like normie Bill Moseley still takes me aback a little bit.
Yeah. It's
like it took me a second to realize who it was. It was like, oh, he's being.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with him being. I mean, I'd like to see him branch out into other areas where he can, explore his acting ability past being a wild and crazy son of a bitch and psychopath in a horror film. But the whole dad thing just kind of it really throws me off.
Well,
those two statements contradict because you're saying you want to see him branch out. I'm just wreaking havoc here in the studio. you say you want to see him branch out, but he branches out and you say you hate it.
I would like to see him branch out, but it's just something that I have to get used to.
Well, this is step one.
Well, let me say.
I don't have to embrace.
Let me say this, and I get what you're saying, Aries, but when you like, Bill Moseley has a reputation that precedes him, and I have no problem if he wants to branch out and do some other stuff. Totally on board. This is not the role to try to branch out, and this was not a branch out type of role. My guess is this role wasn't written for him. The character was written, but when you get Bill Moseley, I would have changed a little bit of the script to accommodate him. Now, it doesn't have to be drastic. It can be slight little things because I think that's what you do. You want to, he has a reputation that precedes him, and I think you want to play into that. Ravechow, are you going to say something? Or are you pointing at me?
Yes. I love you so much, John. I just want to
just talk.
Look at me. Producer.
Will you just talk?
No. And yes, I would agree with that because that fucking dude in the back seat, the Bill Moseley that I'm picturing, would have a different level of conversations with that motherfucker. Where we see Bill Moseley is obviously an American in Australia with a new family.
Yeah.
And along for the ride we're assuming is a over 18 stepdaughter with a also Orange fucking Cassidy / fucking drive.
We got to talk about that later.
Vibe, kind of going on. Boyfriend, who's remarkably inappropriate in the back seat.
Yeah.
So I think Otis would have had a little more swagger in his conversation.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying
what I'm
Otis. I don't want him to do Otis, but
No, you don't want Otis.
No,
You just want- I think maybe if he was a little bit more gruff, a little bit more stern, instead of being, the affable dad.
Because we saw a very brief, quick thing of that with Bill Mosley's character.
I think I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, we saw,
well, that's
I know what
just
you're
a
talking
reaction
about.
to that.
we saw
But-
one
but-
glimpse. Yeah.
But by the simple fact that you guys are having so much trouble embracing him as this everyman, I think is the exact reason why he took this role and took it unaltered, because he's trying to break that. He's trying to bust out of the mold. He is in a mold. He doesn't want to get typecast as
Aries. He took that role because of a paycheck. That's plain and simple.
You think or you know?
No,
No. You think or you know?
I think. I don't know,
You
because at this point, he has a second career because of horror, because of Rob Zombie, and because of what he did with Texas Chainsaw. He has a second career now at conventions, and I think that people love when he plays these crazy fucking characters like Otis and like Chop Top, and I think that sort of. I'm not saying he has to be typecast, but he is kind of typecast as like crazy character, and no problem with him wanting to branch out if he wants to. But my thought here, and I have no inside information or anything like that, is that this was written. He asked Bill, "Hey, do you want to play the dad?" "Yeah, I'll play the dad," and that's it. If you get Bill Mosley, I think you crazy him up a little bit, because that's it's just one of those things that people come to expect. And
but the problem is eventually that character is going to become old and people aren't going to want to see that character. So he needs to be prepared for that and be able to do other things and be able to show that he can do other things.
But he's been doing that kind of a character since 1986.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen him team up.
But he's had a resurgence, and that is going to die off again. I'm sorry, it is. And especially as he ages out of that.
I would have loved to have seen him
show.
I would have loved to seen him team up with John Jarrett in this, like have them go on like an adventure, or even Nathan Jones, like see some more interplay between them. Like they had some pretty decent stuff when, I thought that like their brief little interaction was fun. So, but I think him and John Jarrett would have been gold if they had a little bit more to play with.
And it's a shame. It's a real shame that those two did not get any screen time together. None. And that pissed me off.
Don't piss me off.
No, it did. It did. You get Jarrett and Mosley together in a movie, and they don't share a scene together.
Yeah,
and they're both playing.
That's unforgivable.
They're both playing faces too.
Yeah, they're both playing normies, which is fine. I mean,
yeah.
But I think within that you can do some crazy stuff. I mean, they're in fucking Australia. Like they're in Australia.
Yeah, like. Fucking dangerous land. Like, on one hand, like, am I the only one? I'm suddenly thinking of Bill Mosley as the Joker. Like, why do I kind of want to see Rob Zombie's Batman?
Rob Zombie's Batman
in a weird way.
Rob Zombie's Batman.
I kind of do, right? Like, it sucks because Sid Haig would have been Commissioner Gordon. Rest in peace.
Oh my god.
Ultimately, is the Joker. Fucking Sherry Moon is fucking Catwoman's ass.
You're totally right.
Who is Batman? I don't fucking know, but like, right? Like
Richard Brake. Richard Brake's Batman.
Yeah, there you go. Brake.
Oh yeah. That'd be right. Like, am I the only one that kind of wants to see that?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
I have zero interest in seeing that.
Yeah,
really?
I don't want to see Rob Zombie's Batman.
You don't think Bill Mosley would be a good fucking clown prince of crime?
No, I think it'd be fun. Actually, I do think it'd be fun. See, I think that would be him spreading his wings a little bit. He'd still play a crazy character, but he'd have to sell it, like have like some psychosis behind it, and have it. Yeah, something like that would be interesting. But I mean, all right, I don't want to get too deep into this because I think Bill Moseley in the grand scheme of things was, I mean, this is more than a cameo, but he's hardly one of the main characters in this. I would say Nathan Jones is probably.
It seems like he was there.
Yeah, he probably wasn't on set all that often. I think Nathan Jones is the star of this film, and we have some other characters here as well that that were seen prominently in it, but he was the one that had the biggest presence, and I think that he was impressive in this role, and I think it was. I mean, I'm not saying he's like, he's not going to win a fucking Oscar, but I mean, it was cool seeing him portrayed in this manner,
Can I say what I loved about this movie?
Yeah, that's what we're doing here, man.
I think you said it right, Johnny. Where I mean, there's no surprises with this. It's a big fucking boar running amok in the Australian wild.
Yeah.
Right. What I liked a lot were the characters that inhabited this little small town. And I felt they defied typical movie like this characters.
You wanted to go to that bar, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely during the daytime, which I like that.
The locals.
The
locals.
But I think even like John Jarrett being a face was interesting. And even they didn't do a lot of the typical cardboard cutouts. I felt all the characters in this movie felt like real people. In fact, when it got to some of the Boar gore shit, that's when I kind of like tuned out. I was more interested in Jarrett and his daughter with the bar.
Yeah.
And the family and douchebag fucking Ryan Gosling, Orange Cassidy, and the fact that we see Nathan Jones.
Wait. Do you think everybody fucking looks like Ryan Gosling now?
Only douchebag.
This dude did not. He looked nothing like him.
Are you talking about the boyfriend?
Yeah, he had an Australian Ryan Gosling vibe going on.
Zero.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero. You need to take those fucking glasses off when you watch TV.
Yeah. No, not every guy with blonde hair.
Glasses off.
Okay.
Listen,
jeez,
I had no idea what you were talking about at first.
Come on,
no fucking clue. Zero.
You guys are you're
the three of us are nuts. You're the sane one. No, you're the blind one. Take the fucking glasses off.
And in the land of the blind, I'll be king. But like
blonde guy with jeans on. Look at he's Ryan Gosling, Orange
Cassidy. The fucking glasses.
But then we see Nathan Jones feeding goats. That really calmed me down. I liked him doing that.
Does Nathan Jones look like Ryan Gosling?
No, he looks like fucking Juggernaut via fucking Kane via fucking. He's like a big fucking action figure.
He really is. Yeah.
Are you high?
Not yet.
You should be.
Give it a minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's gonna kick in.
Yeah. What time is it?
No, there was one part in this movie where I felt that because there's really no explanation as to why this boar is as big as he is, or where he comes from, or anything like that. So there was this one scene with Jared's character named Ken, who came across one of the victims, and the way he was acting almost gave me the impression that maybe he was behind everything.
Mm-hmm.
I
know what you're talking about.
You know, the
girl,
one survivor.
Yeah.
And just the way he was trying to deal with the situation, or maybe quote unquote deal with the situation, it just gave the impression that maybe he had something to do with the boar being around, being alive, being the size that he is. And I thought maybe, it would have been a nice little. It wouldn't have been a nice little arc, because I mean we've seen that kind of thing before hundreds of times. But I don't know. I thought that was going to be it, because I would like to have had an explanation as. Yeah, well, I would have liked to have had some explanation as to where this boar came from.
I disagree. I think there is.
Of course you do.
I'm trying to be civil. Okay. Don't make me break my resolution on the first day.
That's true, yeah.
I think the fact that there is no explanation as to why this boar is the way it is makes it that much more terrifying. The fact that it happens.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You can, but I don't know. But,
Hey,
I mean,
the problem is
that makes sense. That makes sense. But would you? I mean, whether you knew it or not, does this movie emit any kind of a fear? It doesn't. This movie's not scary.
Well, it's any animal-based horror movie.
Yeah,
it's as scary as you want it to be. I mean, are you fearful of going to the woods? I'm not fearful of getting mauled by a boar if I walk into the woods because I live in fucking New England.
Look, some people are just terrified of just stepping into Australia all by itself
because that's scary as shit.
Yeah, I'll take a fucking boar over fucking ticks any day of the fuck.
No, you won't.
I would fight a.
You would not.
I would stand next to Aries while he fought a boar.
No, you wouldn't.
And then I would check in for ticks.
No, you know what? You stand tall when that boar comes because I'm fucking running.
Yeah, no. Well, I got long legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those fucking assholes who are like, "Oh, look at that! It's a boar." Yeah, no, they're fucking running.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Who the fuck does that?
Here's the thing. Like, I don't know a lot about boar fucking.
Boar fucking what?
Well, I don't know a lot about boar fucking or boar hygiene habits. Aries does though.
No. I'm laughing at something else.
Oh shit. All right, Corny. Yeah. I'll read it. All right, Corny says, "I better stay on Raven Shadow's good side, or he'll be calling me a chocolate Ryan Gosling." You are you, buddy. I will never fucking call you something you're not, my friend. Well, you grow your hair out a little bit, maybe. Oh, God.
It's amazing.
Thank you, Corny. I needed that.
Chocolate Ryan Gosling. Sounds delicious, honestly.
That could be an album title. It could be an album title, episode title.
An album title.
An album title, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, shit.
But listen, I get being a big fucking beast, right? I understand that. But if it's a regular giant animal, not something that's like satanic machinations, this thing was fucking hungry all the fucking time. It was hungry at nighttime. It was hungry at fucking daytime. And it just ate to eat. Yeah.
Well, I mean, a monster that size, has to eat that much. Look at Nathan Jones. Who knows how much that son of a bitch
But even
eats.
Jaws probably took a nap between swimming. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't always fucking on.
Well, I believe it's like just says in the description that it just kills for killing's sake. That's part of what's wrong with it.
Humans do that.
But, yes.
And rabid animals do that.
Well, then how do you know it's not fucking rabid? Something's wrong with it. But also, even just a normal boar, people get killed by them. Like, you don't want to walk up and try to pet a wild boar.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't go fucking, hey, Hammy, how you wouldn't fucking pet him.
Yeah, with your breath reeking of ham, yeah. Hi.
You want to buy?
How's it going?
I do. Feed cows hamburgers. Don't do that. That's bad. But no, like, it's hungry all the fucking. It ate a lot of fucking people.
It killed a lot of people.
It killed a lot of people and attacked a lot of people.
Yeah, this is
We don't know if it ate a lot of people.
like Johnny. It's okay to eat this one, right? This is a dick fucking boar, right?
Dick boar.
Jesus Christ. The way he uses that word boar, it's like he really drives that home, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We get it. It's a boar. Hell, it's the name of the fucking movie.
All right.
It's a boar. This boar is amazing. It's a big boar, and it's a killer boar.
Big fucking tusks.
Yeah.
Sound like
Michael
Cole calling a fucking rhino match. Oh wait.
I would love to see Rhino.
Now, what about
Ryback?
One of the slight things that I did like about this movie was the use of puppetry. What did you guys think of the?
Where did they use puppetry?
I'm a giant boar.
Close-up
The
shot.
close-up shots.
In close-up shots, they used
I think I was overcome by the horribleness of the CGI. Now I understand the budget, but some of the CGI, I think they should have come up with some more creative solutions than showing too much. Because early on, I mean, as any good horror movie, you don't want to show too much early on, right? You want to kind of build the suspense of what the creature is. And I'm totally fine showing it towards the end, but I feel that they went to like the midway point and then just started showing it like in full in all its glory. And I really think they should have withheld that and maybe put more of the budget into the 1 or 2 scenes featuring it, because it was pretty shabby.
Yeah, the CGI sucks pretty hardcore here.
Yeah, and once again,
it sticks on.
It does stick out. Once again, I understand budget constraints, but I think that you could maybe just be a little bit smarter with the budget and only have a couple scenes, and I think it would have felt better. Now, or who knows? Maybe they were going for cheesy. I don't know if they were going for that. Then that's a different story. But I think you can do. They did it. Actually, I thought the one scene that looked good was the tusk through the head. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
I thought that looked good, and there was a couple other that looked really good. The practical stuff was, I thought, pretty good. So I guess you're right, MZ. You're right, because that was, when you say puppetry, I think of more than just what you're referring to. I think of the entirety of it moving as a puppet. But I get what you're saying now. So, but I think some of the up close stuff was good.
Yeah, it looked fine. And that's something I like to look into more, is the use of puppetry in films. Like Boar, as small of an amount as they use it at. More movies and shows are starting to do that now with The Mandalorian. They're using puppetry.
Baby Yoda.
Dark Crystal.
Baby Yoda is all practical. Yeah.
All the So the use of CGI is taken up back, sitting on the back burner, a little bit, for puppetry and puppeteers to showcase their talents. And I love that. That's great, and I love it in this, I mean, it's not the greatest, I think they put more money towards the shoddy CGI than they did towards the animatronics here, but it worked. That worked fine for me, and I was fine with it.
Yep. Yeah. No, I think that it was a better. They could have used a better balance. There's no reason to show too much of the boar early on, and then if they wanted to, I think you leave that for the last couple scenes maybe. But yeah, and Boro Vision was a little cheesy as well.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, man. Boar Vision.
That somehow told me that this was like a mutated boar, that this was a mutated animal because of that vision.
It's hard too, and that wasn't great for me. Why it was it had thermal sensors, it was almost like a predator.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have thermal sensor. It was blurry.
Wow, I can't believe Monster Zero's waited this long to do a fucking predator impression, but it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, we never heard that.
20-something years, we're hearing this for the first fucking time. And it seemed like it was always the same kind of shot, right? It was.
Well, what they did, they used a lot. They used a few shots where they maximized the amount of screen time on the CGI board. That is, from right to left or left to right, but it's always in a diagonal shot. That way, you get the maximum amount of screen time for the animal, and that kind of, maximizes the amount of fear, I suppose, that we're supposed to feel because of this giant animal killing people. but for me, I mean, that didn't work for me.
Yeah, I think that this movie is fine. Like it's exactly what I expected it to be. You know, do I wish there was maybe a few decisions that were done differently? Yeah, but like I'm not disappointed by this movie because I didn't have high expectations. I mean, the film is called Boar. I mean, what do you expect, you know? And I expected a animal run amok monster movie, and that's pretty much what we got. And we got some pretty decent characters. I did like Nathan Jones in this, and I did like I'm not remembering her name, but the one who worked at the bar, the daughter that worked at the bar.
Yeah, Jarrett's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that Debbie? I'm not. I apologize for not remembering what the character's name was, but you know, and I thought that there was some decent characters in this, but you know, but I almost think that there was too many as well. Like I think there was almost too many characters, and I think it would have benefited from kind of ratcheting it down a little bit. Like if it was Nathan Jones, like once again, imagine like a trio of Nathan Jones, Bill Moseley, and John Jarrett, like fighting a fucking boar. Like I'll take that any day of the week, and have the other characters, you know, sort of be, you know, kind of bit characters. I would definitely take that any day of the week.
There's a 3 from Hell that I would watch.
Yeah, no shit.
Can you imagine Nathan Jones?
Oh shit!
Being a psychotic killer. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So Nathan Jones, John Jarrett, and Bill Moseley.
Yeah.
JEFFJARRET.
Yeah, and I think the fight between Bernie, Nathan Jones, versus the Boar, I think it played itself out pretty well. I don't know what I was going to expect at this point from watching this, but when those two faced off, it turned out to be a little better than what I thought it was going to be.
Actually, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Because you have him in the movie, a giant, and he's fighting the boar. Like, anyone could have done what he did. There was no picking up a car and hitting the boar with it. Like, nothing that involved the amount of strength that he has. Not that he could have, like, suplexed the boar, but there was nothing. Like,
you know what, Aries, you touched on something. I would have fucking loved to see that. I wanted to see him suplex the boar, powerbomb the boar, do fucking something. Yeah, like
something, but they
put a rock bottom,
put it in a torture around.
But they made the boar too big for him to do anything like that. Is the problem?
Yeah,
now had they had a series of boars,
figure boar leg lock,
where he could have fought a smaller like that.
The figure boar leg lock. And for a while, I kind of thought the Boar would be like a lead an army. When all those first pigs like ran out, like I thought like he'd be like the king one.
I'm not saying that it's spectacular. It's a spectacular fight. You know, I'm not saying, you know, this is Roddy Piper and Keith David. You know, but given what I was watching beforehand, I thought the fight was fairly decent.
I enjoyed it, but like I said, it just lacked something to justify having him in this.
Well, he's taking the knife and he's stabbing it right in the snout, and he's giving it. He's punching it with his bare hands.
But
I mean, as goofy as that is, and ineffective,
but that's the whole thing.
It's still made for an entertaining watch.
But doesn't need that size. You needed something to justify having him in that scene. Picking up something really heavy and hitting the boy with it. Like, he carried someone out of the bar a half hour before that, like nonchalantly.
That was
awesome. Put the guy down.
He was holding him.
Oh, yeah, that was an amazing scene. Yeah.
Like crucifix.
Yeah. So, I mean, they were already showing off his strength, and then he fights the boy and does absolutely nothing strength-wise.
I'll agree with you there. I thought the fight was okay, but yeah, like I would have loved to see some more feats of strength. If you have Nathan Jones, 6'11", 330, I mean, you know, he's fighting a huge ass fucking boar. Yeah, like definitely go all in with that.
I mean, that because that's what what I was looking forward to in this movie. Seeing that he was in the movie and there was a big boar, I'm like, they're going to fight and it's going to be awesome. Nope, they're going to fight and it was just okay.
Yeah, that's fair. It was just okay.
But he did. The funny thing is, he did. He gave someone like a sit out doctor bomb in the water. Like he was when he was like fucking around with that dude in the water. Like,
oh yeah.
I was like, oh come on, man. Like, I mean, the dude's a wrestler. I mean, I understand. Like, maybe that's not what they wanted to go with this, but you have fucking Nathan Jones who used to be in the WWE. Like, I think you play it up a little bit more too. I mean, this is it's not a serious fucking film. Like it's supposed to be a little campy. It's a mutated killer boar. Play with it a little bit more. I would have liked to have seen that. I think that would have been great. It save a little bit of the CGI budget, cut back on some of the CGI, and have some scenes like that, and just show close up with Nathan Jones fighting the boar.
And that's the thing. I think they did what a lot of these flicks, especially animal running amok movies. I think it did the characters really well, even with a whole lot of them, and some were created just to be cannon fodder. But I truly I think every character of the main group, from Team John Jarrett to Team Mosley, all had acted and had more fleshed out characters than these movies usually have every right to have. So I think, but it kept being repetitious though. They're kind of the same gore shots, the same stuff. Where it was like, all right, I don't know, you could have trimmed at least 2 or 3 on-camera kills for some more impact down the line. Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I disagree with everything you just said.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. I thought these characters were very stereotypical of this type of movie, where it was just very formulaic. These characters were not well thought out. You could pick out any of these characters, put it in any other slasher type movie.
So let me just change by well thought out. But I thought they were convincing. They weren't, even if the dude that was the asshole boyfriend was obnoxious. I don't know. I didn't want these characters to die. It wasn't like, oh, I can't wait till this motherfucker dies. Like, I thought they were better than.
You never really. There's a handful you root for to die, and there's a handful you root to not die. That's the nature of this business. And usually, the ones you root for to die, and a couple of the ones you hope don't. And it's just, that's how it goes. But like I said, these characters are just very, very formulaic. And the kills, I thought, for what they were very unique. I mean, really? It's a boar. You only have so many kills. They can bite you or they can kick you. That's it. They don't have a whole lot.
Stab you.
Well, that's
trample over you.
Well, that's the stabbing is a form of the bite, and this trampling is a form of the stepping on.
They can shoot you with a poison arrow.
Yeah. I mean, it's very limited. They have mouth and foot. That's it.
Ooh.
So I
like that website.
So for what they did with that, I thought they did it very well.
Yeah, the kill scenes weren't too bad. I mean, there was one scene. There was one where one victim is in the boar's mouth, and like hanging out, and it's a decent effect, and it's really well done. There are a couple of others that are there's one in particular that's particularly gruesome that I mean, I think the CGI kind of killed it a little bit.
It was a little bad with the CGI, but it was good.
Yeah, it was.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That was the CGI could have been a little bit better, but budgets. Otherwise, it was a very good kill.
Yeah. I thought the kill scenes were fine, given what a boar can do. I thought, he was effective enough to do what he needed to do, and he did it in a way that I think that any mutated boar would be able to pull it off. I had no problem with that. there were other problems in this movie. It's not, that we haven't even touched upon yet. But yeah, I mean, overall, this movie was pretty much a dud.
Corny just posted a link. He says, "Sorry to post this, Wolfie. This is a story of a 1,000-pound boar killed not far from me in 2005. 1,000-pound boar, Jesus
Christ."
So,
and that's probably half the size of the one in the movie.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of bacon.
So I don't know that there's too much more we could say about this. You know, it's we talked a lot about sort of some of the more minutia of it. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to bring up before we hit to a verdict on this? No? All right. Well, why don't we do that? Let's go to the verdict.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, verdict time. We'll let you know whether Boar was a trick or a treat. Any final thoughts? Raven Shadow.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, there's no surprises in this. If you don't like animals running amok movies, then watch something else. But if you do, then I guess this hits all the spots. And I'm sorry, I'm going to disagree. I thought the killing stuff was actually kind of the most boring part in a weird way. I mean, I did like the actors. I like Nathan Jones. I really wish I want to see him in a movie. I want him to fucking team up with Hobbs and Shaw. Or something. I want him to join the Fast and the Furious franchise.
You're asking him to team up with a movie he's in. Okay.
Yeah, he'll be back in the next one. He should be, actually, he'd be a fucking pretty dope Colossus, too, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, what you want to be fucking Juggernaut or Colossus? Come on, man.
Yes, both.
Yeah.
Dual role.
Show his range. Yeah. Fuck it. But, yeah, I mean, this is what you think it is. But I was surprised by... I like the acting in it. I don't know. I forgot about the fucking Boar. I was more concerned about Jeff Jarrett fucking, getting a lady
Jarrett.
or John Jarrett. I don't know.
Yeah, you sure don't.
Aaron's showing people some weird. Oh, that's a big fucking boar. We just saw the 1,000-pound one next to Corny's house.
Yeah, that might just be about the same size.
I think the one in the movie is probably a little bit bigger, but not by much.
It's close.
Wow,
It is close.
So, big ups Australia. Big ups Yahoo Serious. Big ups
Alabama.
Big ups, Russell Crowe, Hugh Jackman.
All right.
Come on, will you just...
So I would have to say this would be it is what it is. There are things I liked about it, but I would have to say it's a trick for me. I'm sorry.
All right. Aries.
Okay. I'm going to go out and say it right now. Mark my words. This is the greatest movie we've watched so far this year.
Thank you.
That being said, this movie.
This is on tops of your top 13 right now, right?
This by far, this is my number one this year. This movie is what it is. I mean, if you were expecting anything of a beautiful cinematic experience, you looked at the wrong movie, because this movie is a killer bore. That's exactly what this movie is. This movie has its good parts and has its bad parts. It's not an overly thought out movie, so the bad parts really aren't that bad. The good parts really aren't that good. So it is just a mediocre movie trucking along. There's a lot of good about this mediocre movie. There's some bad parts. CGI needs some work. Some of the practical could have remained hidden a little bit better. Didn't need to full body pan of the boar the first time you see it. You probably could have waited for that.
Right.
Kept the little things hidden, but all in all, this is a good movie. There was one surprise. I admit I was surprised. One of the survivors I didn't see coming. I will say that.
Yes.
I did not call one. I was surprised. One, I wasn't. But all in all, this is a fun movie to watch. Decent runtime. So this movie is a treat.
All right, MZ.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this the worst little boar house in Australia.
And the award for best pun of the night goes to MZ.
Or the best little boar house in Australia. Who knows?
Wow.
Look, I like Nathan Jones. I think he was great in this. Just to be given his size, you know, he's just big, man. and to see him, even though you'll disagree, I think he utilized his strength fairly well. Not great, but fairly well. And he had a lot more screen time than everybody else in this movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
To be fair, I bet John Jarrett and Bill. Well, actually, I don't know. John Jarrett probably costs more though, but I guess Nathan Jones has some genre cred. So
yeah. And I thought Bill Moseley as the dad was a little off-putting. Seeing John Jarrett as a face doesn't bother me one bit because he still maintains that rugged Australian outback attitude, and that's what made him so great, as well as Mick Taylor in the damn it, I can't remember the game of the goddamn movies now.
Wolf Creek.
What's the name of the movies that he does? I forget.
Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek. Thank you. Brain fart. I thought everyone else was okay. Everyone else was very, very local. There was a ton of locals in this movie, which lends itself its authenticity. The CGI was terrible. The puppet use of the boar was done fairly well. I felt that the story was starting to fall apart as the movie went on, especially after Nathan Jones's run-in with the animal. It felt like it didn't know what to do, and it also gave us one hell of a bad ending. It was just anticlimactic. It was just a really bad ending to this movie. No suspense at all. It was just dull. It was, for not to put in a pun on it, but boring, and just not exciting at all. It was a bad ending to 98 minutes of just nothing here. With the exception of a couple light spots here, this movie really is a dud. I didn't particularly care for this too much. This is a trick.
All right, and for me, this is a tough one to gauge because this is a great movie. Nah, it's not really a great movie. Is it kind of lighthearted and kind of fun? Yeah, to a degree. Is it what I expected? Absolutely. It's pretty much 100% what I expected. So can I be disappointed in that? Not really. It is kind of what I was expecting. So for me, this is just kind of toes the line, I think. But I think because of that, it didn't underwhelm. It was pretty much what I thought it was going to be. So for me, this would kind of just ride that line, but it would be a treat because of that. It's maybe barely a treat, but still, I think that this is a film that that horror fans and genre fans will find some redeeming qualities in. And despite the fact that we wish there was maybe a little bit more, what was if you have John Jarrett, I think he's fine as a good guy. He doesn't always have to be the villain. But I think that he could have been better utilized. I think Bill Moseley could have been better utilized, even if they're bit parts where they're there for a couple days on set. I just think you could have utilized that talent a little bit better. And Nathan Jones, I thought, was good in this. I liked him in this. But I think that you have this fucking mammoth of a man. He is almost as rare as this boar is. This enormous fucking boar, he is almost as rare as a human. You know, like you don't see too many people that are 6'11" and 330. This dude is a beast. So I'm glad that he didn't kind of get bitched out, but I also would have liked to seen him be a little bit more formidable of an opponent and maybe do some more impressive stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. And this movie does not make me want to visit Australia any more than I did before. This isn't a tourist movie, you know? It's
Come
not,
visit.
Yeah, tourist propaganda. Come visit Australia, the outback.
You like bacon, don't you?
You like bacon, don't you, mate? So no, it's not going to make me want to visit Australia any more than previous. But I think this is exactly what it intends to be, and I do. Once again, it bears repeating, but I wish that they had taken some of the CGI budget and really focused it a little bit more on one or two major scenes, because I think you could have got away with a little bit more of these close-up sort of practical type of things, and I think it would have had a greater impact if you were able to put a little bit more budget into one or two CGI scenes. But overall, I mean, this is once again what I expected. So if you guys are interested, you like animals running amok films, just definitely check out Boar, because I think people would dig this. So there you have it, our discussion about Boar. Now, for next week, I was a little on the fence. There's a couple films. Once again, there's nothing coming out this week that really is one that we would, kind of under our purview, if you will. So, because of that, we're going to go back. We're going to dig deep into 2019 and a film that ended up being on a lot of people's best of lists that we just never got a chance to check out. And I think one of the reasons is this film. Let's see. I believe it's on Shudder. Yeah, I think this is the one that's on Shudder. And I don't know when it hit. I don't like, it kind of just came out and I saw people talking about it. But this is a film that initially hit festivals in 2017. So it is a couple years old at this point, 3 years old at this point. So it's one that, kind of slipped by in terms of getting the release. But it's one that I saw being talked about a lot, and one that, I saw in a lot of best of lists. So because of that, we're going to go back and we're going to go and revisit One Cut of the Dead. So this film, the synopsis: things go badly for a hack director and film crew shooting a low-budget zombie movie in an abandoned World War II Japanese facility. And I'll stop there, because I think that, from what I understand, this film is better if you go in cold without knowing too much. So if you guys out there have seen One, so it is available on Shudder. So if you guys have Shudder, go ahead and check out One Cut of the Dead. So we'll be doing that next week. And also, just one additional point about that. We will be doing next week's show a couple days early. So we will be doing it on Tuesday, January 7th. Same time, 8 p.m. So we're going to be doing it there. Aries is going on vacay. And so instead of having him miss 2 weeks, we decided to move it a little bit early so we wouldn't miss Aries for 2 weeks. So we'll have Aries next week as we broadcast 2 days early if you're watching live. And then, unfortunately, Aries won't be with us the following week. So, oh, you disappointed, Room Shadow?
Yeah, it sucks.
I'll be here.
There's always someone yelling at me. Yeah,
I'm gonna pick up my slack.
I'll be here. Yeah, I'm not fucking. There's no open positions on that front. I'll tell you that much.
So our buddy, and I gotta say, I saw some really unfortunate news as we were doing the show. But our buddy Anthony Landry, our pal, looks like he lost his buddy Oscar. So
I was thinking that myself, and my heart is broken.
Yeah, my heart's broken for him too, man. And Oscar was 18 years old, which for a dog it's pretty damn good. But yeah, it's too bad. We got a chance to hang out with Oscar at the Royal Rumble party last year. You guys remember Oscar, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Oscar is no longer with us. But yeah, my heart breaks for Anthony. He's a great dude, and I know how much he cared for Oscar. So sorry to hear, buddy. Our hearts all go out. Our hearts are broken and go out to you, my friend. So.
Yeah, no, I met him a few times, and I love that dude, and he's on my fridge still. Which,
Yeah.
I love that dude. So yeah, sorry, pal.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tim Chuma said Bombaleo.
Thank you, Tim Chuma.
Bombaleo to you, Tim. So, what?
It's fun saying it.
Is it?
Yeah, I bet you do, John. I bet you do like lifting the heavy shit that you do. And you probably like Bombaleo. I lift fucking a quarter pounder or whatever the fuck.
A quarter?
What?
What are you talking
Yeah, what
about?
heavy?
Think of something.
Heavy weights that you.
Think of something
I'm
that's
gonna
not.
beat you with this microphone.
Think of something that's not vegan at all, and use that as an example.
And a quarter of a pound. That's what you go with?
That sounds heavy to me.
That's 4 ounce.
And it is heavy to you.
That's
That's a quarter of a pound, right?
That would be heavy to me. I'd be like, yeah.
That's a
But
heavy.
Johnny,
I've seen you lift weights before, dude. It's a laugh riot.
Yeah, well,
Raven
you know
Shadow.
what?
When you lift 4 ounces up to your lips, I know it's a little heavy sometimes when you're trying to smoke the spliff.
Yeah.
Wowzer.
How am I supposed to drink this 16-ounce beer? That's 4 times the weight of what I can lift.
Wait. Like your gas, do you pour out your beer at 4 ounces at a time? Because that's all you can handle.
Yeah, to my belly, my mirror belly. That's fun. Wow, it's a fucking rough room tonight.
Rough room. No, we're gonna call you out on your bad jokes.
Yeah.
Why? I did a bad joke. I was trying. Wait, it
Lifting
works,
a quarter pound.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. It.
What heavy is? I ain't doing that. Yeah. Nice. That's Aries. That's
tiny. That's almost like my fingers touching.
Yeah, well,
I feel both. Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm a fucking skinny guinea. It's fucking the way factory issue. I can't all be fucking Nathan Jones. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I'll fucking point out fucking my fucking flaws.
Jesus. Can you imagine Nathan Jones against this?
Yeah, well, you know what?
God.
You know what? I can eat people. Okay.
He would toss you.
Ooh.
He would throw you.
Yeah,
like
like-
literally throw you.
Yeah.
He would be like Bam Bam Bigelow to your Spike Dudley.
What do you do about that? I
That's
ain't fucking.
and you'd be crowd surfing over.
I ain't doing that either. Buy my own
Jesus
squash, I'll tell
Christ.
you that much.
Jesus.
Buy your own squash? What does that mean?
Well, no, you're yelling at me if you're being rude a little bit. I'm something skinny.
Yes.
The new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's never going to change.
Lift
Yeah.
some weights.
So wait, they're heavy. They suck. Why would I do
What's
that?
the most you ever lifted?
How much is a gallon?
This-
Nah, well, there's some metaphor there. But yeah, no, I'm not the strong guy on the team. You put there's the fucking Avengers, right? I'm not fucking the Thing. I'm not the Hulk. Maybe I could be Spidey.
No.
You're not Spidey. You're
Whoa,
Spidey's
whoa, whoa.
web.
Whoa, Raven Shadow. What do you add?
Yeah, I can't even.
What do you add to the team?
To which team?
This one.
This team.
If we're a team,
Yeah, if we're a team.
what are you?
I add some fucking wit and some fucking commentary, not for nothing.
Yeah, no.
Fucking catchphrases.
He's got that right. He's got
some
that
color
right.
fucking commentary.
Yeah. He does have that.
Johnny.
So when we go into battle,
Yeah,
you're going
so
to
you're
be
gonna
fighting
talk.
the color commentary.
Yeah, you're gonna talk
Yeah, I'd be
the
like,
villains to death.
You can't fucking kill Ares.
Wow, that's it, huh?
Fucking, I'll lift the weight this year.
Spider-Man. So essentially, you're Spider-Man without any fucking powers.
Your pre-bite Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like Captain America before the serum. I can do this all day. Oh, stop it.
Yeah, so you're pretty much like every superhero prior to getting superpowers.
I could be John Constantine. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get cancer.
Yeah, but you can't outwit the devil.
Well, maybe you.
Maybe me? What? I could?
I can outwit. Hopefully, I can outwit fucking health insurance premiums.
So Raven Shadow, yes, I can lift a quarter pound.
Oh, you see, that's sticking in your craw too. I'm sorry.
No, it didn't stick in my craw. I just don't understand where your brain went. A quarter pound? 4 ounces?
Oh my god!
I totally forgot about that.
How do you think the weight of it and also the meat reference of it completely like missed the mark with him?
Yeah,
doesn't even think about the meat at all. All right. Well, all right. I'm sorry. What's up? What's the weight of kale? I don't understand. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't.
You're not sorry. Stop saying you're sorry. You're not sorry.
A bushel of apples or something. I don't know. Just don't quarter pounder. Like what the fuck?
I don't know.
No. He uses the quarter pounder because it's actually an actual weight. He doesn't have to think of anything that's actually weighs anything. So he uses the quarter pounder because it's actually a sandwich and it's a weight reference.
Yeah.
So he's knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone doing that.
And I'm really.
Bro,
fuck.
All right. I'm going to change the subject.
Quarter pounder is 4 ounces. How much weight is a double quarter pounder?
Don't ask him.
I know I shouldn't be asking him that, but I feel like I had to. Now eat your fig Newtons and shut the fuck up.
Fucking spider again. I like that not happened.
Yeah, and he didn't get powers.
Yeah. I haven't had a Fig Newton in years. That's nice.
They're good for you.
Yeah.
Eat them.
Yeah, good.
It'll help you shit.
Okay, thanks, Monster Zero.
All right. I'm gonna change the subject real quick. I'm gonna bail Raven Shadow out here.
Let me fucking on for a little while.
Raven Shadow, did want to talk about who I got to meet last week? I got to meet Orange Cassidy.
Pretty funny.
Oh God.
What do you think about that, Raven Shadow?
I'm sorry, break up, Johnny. What was that?
What do you think of that? I met Orange Cassidy.
That's funny. Yeah, I thought it was up like Photoshop for a minute, but you really did. So, and what I thought was funny too is that you're fucking so much bigger than fucking he is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a little dude.
Like, but yeah, I was like, my boy could fucking beat up Orange fucking Julius, so whatever the fuck. But no, he's a big talent. But that's cool though. You saw that, and you went to the backstage.
No, I didn't
talk to him?
I didn't go backstage. They come out to the gimmick table and sell their shit.
Oh. Did you ask him why he just like Ryan Gosling?
He doesn't. No, because he wouldn't have taken a picture with me.
Hey.
Oh.
He does not look. Did you see the picture of me with him? He does not look like Ryan Gosling one bit.
Johnny.
Yes.
I know who did in that photo look like Ryan Gosling, and his name rhymed with Monty Wolfenstein.
Do not look. Come on. That's your default. That's your default. Everyone looks like fucking Ryan Gosling to you now.
Even corny fucking said that. And Monster Zero. But no, that's awesome. That was really cool. Was it a good show?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we saw there was a death match between Ultramantis Black and Dasher Hatfield.
Really?
Which was pretty crazy. They brought out the thumbtacks and the ladder. It was a TLC match actually. Tables, ladders, and chairs. And there's thumbtacks, barbed wire bat, power bombs on the floor, suplexes through tables. Yeah, it was pretty good. But,
what was the Fed?
It's just kind of a local thing. It's called the LVAC, and the name of the show, they just do shows and they call them Let's Hang Out, and they have wrestling matches. They had they had bands play, and there was all the food there was vegan. Raven Shadow, all the food available for sale. They had vegan hot dogs, vegan chili, and Vegan Treats was there selling vegan donuts.
We saw those, yeah. Dude.
Which
big fucking.
Yeah, they were selling them. They were trying to get rid of them, so they were doing them like 2 for $5, and so we bought
2 donuts, $5.
Did you see the size of the donut?
Fuck. No excuse.
And donuts are
excuse
nowadays.
Yeah, how much do you pay for a donut?
2 donuts.
How much do you pay?
And I would say probably maybe $1, $1.25, maybe.
All right, I'm gonna go to Dunkin'
2
Donuts.
for $5. Kiss me.
I'm gonna go.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna go to Dunkin'
I think
Donuts
it's
website, and I'm gonna see how much a fucking donut is.
No, I don't know. I honestly, I really don't know how much they are. But I know they're not 2 for $5.
Did you see that donut?
Yeah, I saw it.
And they're like homemade. They're like homemade donuts, and they're vegan, and they're fucking delicious. I don't care.
Oh, so because they're vegan, they got to cost more?
Yeah, see? Fucking busting my balls, Johnny. Yeah, here's your boy.
He's not my boy. Let's see. It doesn't. It doesn't say. I guess there's different prices for different locations. So I don't know how much a fucking donut is.
Yeah, dog, down some coin, but you get what you pay for. You had big fucking, like Brontosaurus donuts.
Look at him looking it up.
That's cool. And I like Orange Cassidy. I'm just having fun with him. But no, that's awesome. That's cool.
So it looks like
good for you.
Okay, it looks like a donut is like 99 cents generally. I don't know if that's the average price, but probably $1.25, as MZ says.
But there was those fucking gourmet. Was it Rocco's?
Rocco's, yeah. That's what I'm trying to look up right now.
They're just fucking gourmet. They, like the fucking people are in line for them like fucking $10 fucking donuts. It's a great fucking racket. Yeah, no, did you enjoy your fucking vegan donuts, Johnny?
I did. I enjoyed them quite a bit.
I'm sweet enough. They look good though.
You're sweet enough, huh?
Yeah, I don't need that. I have a.
You have what?
I don't know. I have problems, Johnny.
Oh, we fucking know that. Well, you know what? You know what we do have is we have voicemail. That's what we got. Good. So we got 2 of them. Let's go ahead and cut to a voicemail, and let's hear from Arkham Josh.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio guys, Arkham Josh here, calling in about this week's film, Boar. On the surface, Boar is a somewhat entertaining film that has some decent physical effects, some very wonky looking CG, and a whole cast of decent actors playing characters that nobody cares about. It was passable entertainment, but overall it was kind of disappointing. Especially given the lineage of Australian giant boar movies. After watching this, it made me want to revisit Razorback, so I went and revisited Razorback, and wow, Razorback is so much better. Like, the characters are more interesting. The overall look of the film is amazing. It's like, high art to like just shot on video in comparison. And even though the full physical effects of the boar, sometimes in their movements in Razorback, isn't exactly right, it's leagues ahead of the CG boar that it pops up all over the movie Boar. I don't know, the CG boar, whenever it would like come into screen and stuff, it would look like somebody sped up the motion, and everything would look goofy, and it never looked right or real, which is just, ultimately that is the big failing of the effect. It never looked real. Other than that, as I said, you don't care about any of these characters. You don't care about what's going on. Clearly everybody's super stupid and probably blind because the boar is able to sneak up on people in a field in broad daylight. So aside from some decent gore and the fact that when not moving the boar looks good, I'm gonna give this film barely a trick, and it's not really a recommend. Instead of recommending Boar, I'm gonna tell everybody to go watch Razorback, because Razorback is, a fantastic looking film with great actors playing better characters and a physical creature that looks way better. So yeah, this is where you get it. It's barely a trick and not a recommend. Other than that, hey, I hope all you guys had a great New Year's. I hope everything went well, and I hope you guys are doing good, and I hope to talk to you guys all in person soon, all right? Have a good one. Bye.
All right, Josh, thanks, man. Good to hear from you. MZ, you've seen Razorback, right?
Yeah. I can't believe we never even brought that up. I'm kind of shocked by that. Yeah, I would definitely say that Razorback is miles better than this. If you haven't seen it, check it out. The practical effects are very, very good. The ambiance is also very, very good. Australian horror really wasn't, all that prevalent. I mean, there was, Australian action and Australian, what am I looking for? Australian, sci-fi films and stuff like that. Australian horror, though, it was just starting to come into its own at this point. And this is one of the better ones that came out. So definitely check it out. I don't know, it's available on YouTube. You could, you could rent it out, buy a rent. Razorback 1984. But it's a gorgeous movie too, especially in comparison to what we just watched.
Yeah, and that was it's one I've actually never seen, but film from 1984. It's one I've always wanted to check out. But yeah, Razorback. So as Josh says, check out Razorback instead, or watch them both. Have a double feature. Right.
Then lift the quarter down.
Orgasm.
Yeah, a Boargasm. Yes. So
we looked it up. No, we looked it up for the donuts on Rocco's Donuts, which is a gourmet donut in the area.
Yep.
For 6 donuts, it's $18, and if you do the math, MZ, that works out to what?
$3 a donut.
$3 a donut,
which is ridiculous.
And that's how much. Well, that's how much vegan donuts were. But on the way out, if you want, they had a few left, so they were doing 2 for $5. So you save $1.
All right, so Rocco's is vegan.
No. It's just a gourmet donut.
Okay.
But
right.
So this gourmet donut, which is a traditional donut, is the same price as Johnny's vegan donut that he got a deal on.
Yeah, that's asinine.
Why?
You wouldn't pay $3 for a really fucking good donut?
No, I wouldn't.
Really good, really.
Yes, you would.
It's a big donut too.
No, I wouldn't. Not unless I was very, very hungry.
Well,
Well, how much is a fucking British hot dog?
Yeah.
Well,
the foot-long chili dogs.
$6.
No, they're not $6. They're not $6. They're like
$3 and some coin. I bet.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they're like $3.50 each.
So you pay $3 for a hot dog, but not $3 for a donut.
You're damn right.
Well, that's
because one's a hot dog and the other one's a donut.
I mean, but arguably more work is put into the donut.
One's lips and ass. One tastes good.
Yeah. I like tasting lips and assholes.
Jesus.
Especially with chili sauce.
All right, sorry.
All right, so we have one more voice message. Let's hear from our boy, Evil Corny.
Happy New Year, guys. This is Evil Corny. I watched Boar a couple days ago. Overall, I'm going to give it a tepid treat. I liked it, but overall, I think that it took itself a little too serious. I think it could have been a little bit more comedic, and, all was happening in it. But like I said, overall, I give it a tepid treat. I hope everything's well with you all. Y'all have a good one. Evil Corny out. Oh, yeah. one of the things I'm going to start doing this year is start giving people pumpkin bums of the week. And this week I'm going to give Michael Ravenshadow a pumpkin bum because during the year-end show, he pretty much walked out and either was doing laundry or just, smoking a cigarette like he normally does while me and Corey, mine and Corey's voicemail is being played. So here's this pumpkin bombs for you, Raven Shadow.
What the fuck, man?
Evil Corny out.
Pumpkin bomb of the week.
Listen. No, because I heard that and I enjoyed the thing. You did yours in order.
The thing.
Corey did his out of order. I like the end game. That was nice. Come on, dude.
Yeah,
I'm the pumpkin.
You walked out while that was playing. You fucking walked out on him. You walked out on him.
You smoke. You had to go smoke.
No,
don't lie.
Don't lie to us, dude.
Not lie to us. Don't lie to the listeners.
I'm not lying to Corny.
You are.
No, I had to do a couple things and
what were those couple things?
Listen,
while we're doing the podcast, you had to go do a couple things.
Dude, there was no secret. You came back reeking of cigarettes.
Listen, that's an after effect. Okay.
After effect of smoking. And I would like to predict right now that a greater majority of these pumpkin bombs are going to go towards Raven Shadow.
Yeah, pumpkin bomb.
Oh yes, there we go.
Pumpkin bomb Balea. Listen, Monzero, you're due for a few. I'll tell you that much. I think everyone will get one, but fucking Johnny probably. He's fucking perfect.
I am not saying no one else is going to get them. I just think a majority are going to go to you.
Listen, I had to go and check some stuff out.
Oh, see,
there's 52. There's 52 weeks a year. You'll get probably 48 of them.
Well, you know what? Next week, you get a pumpkin bomb for lying to the listeners right
I'm
now.
not lying. There's just things going on, and I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. And make sure
my fucking God.
Why are you so vague all the time?
There's things going on, and I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a thing. There's a thing going on.
Yeah, it's stuff. There's a lot behind the curtain. Yeah.
Why did you both stare at me?
You're one of those fucking
I
things.
am not behind the curtain.
No,
I am open and honest with everyone.
Come on,
I thought you were going to say something.
Come out of the curtain areas.
As you guys know, I'm a little too honest with you guys. I mean,
you could lie a little bit. You could lie to like bear some feelings sometimes.
Yeah, that's who I am. It's part of my charm.
Yeah, no, but Corny, that's a little. You hurt my feeling, Corny. I love you so much.
Wait, he hurt your feelings because he's calling you out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
know what?
You're gaslighting him.
Oh, wow. Are you a fucking millennial?
Jeez.
What, like fucking Gotham by gaslight? I don't understand what that means. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. It's when you convince someone that they're the problem, basically. Not you. You are skirting accountability.
You're right, Johnny. It's not me. It's other people.
It always is. Always is.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you for the pumpkin bomb of the week.
No, I said Corey because he didn't throw shit at me.
Oh, not yet.
Wait.
No.
Yeah.
That could be bad.
He's going to listen to this episode and goes, I can throw shit at Raven Shadow?
Yeah. I'm not daring you, Corey. Okay. Just saying.
Mailbox.
Yeah.
So a few minutes ago, our boy Tony says, on a scale of 1 to WrestleMania 19, how bad was Nathan Jones's performance? I don't think it was
19.
I don't think it was bad.
No, it's good.
I thought he was fine. I thought he was really good.
Let me check out. I forget WrestleMania 19. Let me see what was on it.
I mean, I seriously doubt the guy's gonna,
Well, my thought was
be the star of a movie, but
my thought was 19 the one that Braun Strowman teamed up with the kid to make a Wish Kid.
What?
Was it fucking
when he was tag teaming with a little kid?
WrestleMania 19?
I don't know the numbers. Is that the one?
Wasn't that like WrestleMania
They're on like 30 something.
Wasn't that like WrestleMania 33?
Yeah.
Huh.
WrestleMania 19
like
is when I think when Brock almost broke his neck doing the shooting star press.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And it had
that-
Jericho
Phil?
versus Michaels. Rock
sounds-
versus Stone Cold. Hulk Hogan versus Mr. McMahon. Triple H versus Booker T. Team Angle. A triple threat tag team match. Trish Stratus, Victoria, Undertaker, Big Show, and A-Train. And Matt Hardy versus Rey Mysterio. Not a great WrestleMania. So I'll say WrestleMania 19 then. he was fine. He was fine though. And he also sent a GIF of Orange Cassidy.
Oh, gee.
Not Ryan Gosling.
No, I think Anthony knows what I'm talking about.
There you go again, putting words in people's mouths.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
Could be worse.
Here comes the bomb.
Listen.
All right. Well, that is it for voice messages this week. We appreciate Josh and Corny. Thanks for calling in. And if you guys want to leave your own podcast at trickortreatradio.com, you can go ahead and send a voice message or an email. And Tony says WrestleMania 19 was the one Nathan Jones was supposed to be Taker's partner. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember. So, I guess we could start to wind things down here, guys. Finish before 11?
Yeah,
sure. Oh, what's the fun in that?
Well,
we got to bring MG's stress level up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony
You
says,
gonna work tomorrow?
Tony says, I got you, Raven Shadow.
Thank you, baby.
At least someone does.
Listen,
Got you in his crosshairs.
Yes.
Tony likes me very much. We're gonna have a fucking moment pretty soon.
You're going to
Pretty soon.
a WrestleMania moment?
A Royal Rumble moment, maybe.
You got to go to those to have that moment.
You gotta fucking go to those to have those moments. I'm gonna go.
See, the difference is you keep on claiming you're going to go and want to be part of it and want to be on the T-shirts. See, I don't care.
You care a little bit though.
No.
Wait, so you're coming though, right?
Probably not, to be perfectly honest with you. Probably
You got
not.
invited.
Okay, but I'm probably not going to go.
Why'd you come though?
Bill might unfriend you. No, I'm just kidding.
Did I hurt his feelings?
You hurt his feeling. Oh, wait, you're the one that has one feeling.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. No, thank you, Anthony.
All right, well, let's wind things down. So, yeah, next week we will be live on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We're doing a little bit early, a couple days early, but we're going to be doing the film One Cut of the Dead. It is available on Shudder if you guys want to check it out. Anthony says, Raven Shadow, better Hulk up.
The fuck, man? No, I'm gonna start working out, man. I'm gonna start.
Yeah,
let's-
quarter pound at a time.
Yeah. I don't know what I said, but what I said was very meaningful. Okay, and it could be inspirational. Don't fucking lift shame people, bullies.
Once again, so now the blame is on us for lift shit.
Yeah. Thank you for admitting it, Johnny. You're right. Because you're big fucking people and you're making fun of little guys who don't have
We're not
fucking.
making fun of little guys. Nobody lifts a quarter pound. It's not even a thing.
Well,
They don't even sell weights that
Yeah.
small.
No, they don't.
What do I fucking know about lifting?
Nothing.
Apparently nothing.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do that for?
I saw you lift, dude. You couldn't even lift 40 pounds. I watched you. It was embarrassing.
Well, good. You know what? Well, fine.
It was embarrassing.
I'm going to get you a little set of those 1 pound weights. You can.
This is the fucking dog off, and that's fine.
Well, how much? How much?
Yeah, good. Well, you know what? I got a fucking peanut butter cup in the back. See who fucking, who's stronger than what? I can eat fucking 10 of those.
Raven Shadow, how much does Ollie weigh?
Yeah, he's fucking fucking fat ass. He's fucking.
How much does he weigh?
It's a lot.
Don't. I don't want him to get embarrassed.
Yeah, no, Wish, we have an appointment in 2 weeks for his wellness checkup, and I think I'm gonna get yelled at.
Yeah, you're gonna get yelled at.
You do feed him a lot of treats,
and you don't walk him enough.
So we don't walk him enough, but also
No, taking him outside to shit in the front yard is not walking.
There's fucking ice on the hill. They put salt down there. Hi, buddy.
Put salt on the hill.
Yeah, don't walk him in the salt. That's not good.
Right.
No. You get him.
Put him in your car, drive him to a trail, go for a couple-mile walk in the woods.
Yeah. Get him little booties.
You don't want to do that. You want to get some booty?
Get him some little booties.
I tried that. I got some. Yeah, he don't wear them.
No.
You gotta give him
Dogs hate him. So what? So Ollie's at least 10 pounds, right? We maybe a little bit more.
Pick him up. How much does he weigh?
You know. He's like, get it. So just fucking curl Ollie. Curl him a few times.
Did you see that? He could barely lift him.
Yeah.
He held him up there for 2 seconds, then he put him back down again.
Raven Shadow.
Dog down because real fuck you, motherfucker.
Raven
Lumpy.
Shadow, you hold him under his legs and just fucking curl him a few times every day.
Yeah. Likes that.
That's more in the quarter pound. That's about 10 to 15 pounds, depending on how much he weighs.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke a bowl and have some prime rib. So let's wrap it up. I got some New Year's leftovers. Fuck it.
Some New Year's leftovers.
Yeah, fuck. We ain't changing.
Got any of that prime rib?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. See with the
I
mouth.
think I'll stay.
So-
now he's staying. Yeah.
So Raven Shadow,
I
you're
want
not,
him to play on Saturday. You would do that.
Raven Shadow, you're not doing Veganuary?
Wow.
Is that this month?
Yes.
Is that really Veganuary?
Yeah, you're not doing it?
Not today.
He has a better shot at doing No Nut November.
What's No Nut November? Is that like no? I ain't doing that. Yeah, no, I like the no shaving holidays. No, John, I would do. I've been thinking about that, and I don't, trying.
MZ tried. MZ had an Impossible Whopper.
I had another one.
How much
yesterday.
How much do they cost?
Yeah.
MZ, you just cut out.
Another question.
Did I?
Yeah.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here now. Yeah.
Well, it costs less than a real Whopper. The real Whopper costs $3.59, and the Impossible Whopper costs 30 cents less.
Nice. That's good. Encourage people to buy it. But you liked it?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. It has that little char on there.
Yeah.
I like.
They grill it still, so.
Yeah. So it's good. I mean, I'm game for eating more of them. I just wonder if not that I asked, but I wonder if they're just relegated to just Whoppers and not just, like burgers or.
Well, you probably could get the patty on any burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
think so.
I would get an Impossible McDouble.
That's a different restaurant.
I realized that.
Okay.
I said that. Yeah. But I thought I was gonna do something, right? They're gonna have a McFake burger or something, right? Like McVegan.
I don't know.
Like, my head hurts. Right? They're gonna have something.
All right, let's wrap this shit up. All right.
Yeah, please.
So
fucking try.
Let's go ahead. Everyone say goodbye, starting with MZ.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
Aries.
Until we meet again.
Rave Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
I didn't tell you guys, actually, real quick. I'm going to go hang out with Coop and El Goro this weekend.
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
Okay.
It was supposed to be the 5 Hossman, but only 3 are showing up. So it'll just be we're going to Coop's. He lives about 2.5 hours away, and we're going to watch Wrestle Kingdom, the big New Japan Pro Wrestling show. You guys remember we did that years ago, right?
Yeah, New Japan.
This is Wrestle Kingdom 14, the big show, and it's 2 nights this year. They're doing 2 nights, so going to go down there, hang out, watch Wrestle Kingdom, and hang out with Coop and El Goro. So looking forward to it. Should be a good time. I'll get some pictures with the 3 Hossman. We're a trio.
Yeah, send it. I'll send you a dick pic.
Yeah, no, I'll send it to you, and you'll reply a week later, just like you do with Anthony, the picture me and Anthony took.
I felt bad about that.
Yeah, no, you didn't. All right, well, that is going to do it. So.
I did. Don't fucking tell me. I fucking had
All right, so that's going to do it for this episode of Trick or Treat Radio, episode 388. We appreciate you guys hanging out and spending the new year with us. And once again, next week, we will be 2 days early live. If you're listening live, we'll be on Tuesday, January 7th at 8 p.m. We'll be talking about the film One Cut of the Dead. And once again, go check out the year-end show 2019 to find out what our top films were. And also check out the Patreon supplement show. So you can check that out and hear our top 5 lists. I did top 5 metal albums of 2019. Raven Shadow did top 5 TV shows that he watched and stayed awake for, I'll add. And Aries did top 5 movie taglines, which was pretty interesting. So, and MZ's got one.
I did want to apologize that I missed the of 19 aspect of the top 5 list. That was completely lost on me.
Oh no, it didn't have to be. It could be anything. It's any top 5 list.
But you know what? But I was like looking for a way to limit it, and the 19 aspect lost on me. Like, I don't know why it didn't even cross my mind.
Well, it's fine. It was a good list regardless. So if you guys want to hear that, and we also talk a little bit more about the year in film, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/trickortreatradio, and $5 a month will get you in on that exclusive audio. So that is going to do it for us. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks to everyone who left some voicemail, everyone who hung out in the chat room with us, and everyone who will listen to the podcast. From Castle Wolfenstein and from the Lair of Lost Swag, we'll see you next week.